We in the building. Trap life. It's Den. I'm off in the trap with a bunch of work. Grinding real hard, trying to get a bird. Coke and baking soda, rock it with a fart. Ain't no fucking lights, we mix it in the dark. Still off in the kitchen, cause I'm on a mission. You wanna get rich, I suggest you listen. Whole thing of work, whole thing of midget. And as soon as it's gone, it's time to hit the city. Brand new Gucci shoes, I bought my girl a purse. I know these niggas hating, they gon' need a hearse. Hop up out that lat with them paper tags. Got these niggas mad like I hate his ass. I'm counting up money in my living room. Certified hustler, yeah, I can make it boom. You don't know who I am, yeah, they call me Den. Trap life CEO, I get them Benjamins. You know I keep that fire like a blowtorch. So them junkies in the line on my front porch. Keep that 83 parked in the backyard. If I don't know you, I'ma serve you through my burglar bars. I got racks, bitch, I make them stack quick. You can't miss me, I'm in the trap, bitch. This that true shit, straight out the blue shit. 1200 blocks, sell it by the bell shit. You on my hit list, I got a sick wrist. Since I'm a trap nigga, I need a trap bitch. I got 6 bricks, and I keep licks. I'm on that street shit, I gotta eat, bitch, yeah. Man, they already know what time it is. Official 1200 block shit. It's Den. Trap life. Yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all already know how I'm rocking, man. My hair up in here, you know what I'm saying? Late night on you boys, late night, you know what I'm saying? Up late, you know what I'm saying? Gotta finish my Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation that I've been covering for these last couple of days, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Give people enough time to get up in here, man. Make sure y'all stepping on that like button. Make sure if you new over here, you subscribing to my channel, man. Y'all already know what it is. I got a dope plug. Yeah, 16 zips. I got a dope plug. Yeah. 16 zips. I got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money. I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag. We sell the whole thing, and you can buy it all. My price is low, man. 16 zips. Got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money. I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag. We sell the whole thing, and you can buy it all. My price is low, man. Look, got an essay. He from LA. Say he got bricks, and they always told him bring him down. He on the freeway. He got a couple workers. They do what he say. Now that's a dope plug. He watched me come up. I was at the bottom. Had to turn up. I took the top spot. I got them all mad. Y'all niggas moving slow. Shit, that's y'all bad. Get them in, get them gone. I'm talking real fast. 100,000 in the night. Now that's real cash. I'm in that lack, moving fast, blowing real gas. Move over and let me pass before we both crash. 16 zips, I got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money, I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag, we sell the whole thing, and you can buy it all. My price is low, man. 16 zips, got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money, I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag, we sell the whole thing, and you can buy it all. My price is low, man. Free Rip C, free Black Mike. My niggas hustle hard, I'm talking all white. On them slow days, it was long nights. I damn near fell off, I had to get right. Then I bounced back, I got my shit tight. Niggas hated on me, and then I took flight. Hit the road, grab bows for a cheap price. I got rolled a couple times, but fuck it, this life. I do the shit again, I wouldn't think twice. My mama mad, then the bitch, she told me get a job. Said then you don't listen, boy, your head is hard. Cause I got junkies Benz on the porch and in the backyard. Got my change up. I never change up. They can't change us. No, I ain't famous. I'm still hitting licks. Stay with a stick. Cause if them jackers catch you lurking, they'll kill you quick. 16 zips, I got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money, I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag, we sell the whole thing. And you can buy it all, my price is low, man. 16 zips, got a dope plug. I'm in love with street money, I can't get enough. Fuck a dime bag, we sell the whole thing. And you can buy it all, my price is low, man. My price is low, man. Yeah. Man, shout out to L. My boy Matrice Anamori Shiesty in the building. What's up with it, y'all? Y'all already know how I'm rocking over here, man. If you don't know, I've been covering this Megan situation since day one. You know what I'm talking about? I figured that it's only right that I continue until the end, man. Y'all already know, we got a lot of stuff to get into. We got 2 days worth of action to catch up on, you know what I'm saying? And I most definitely got all the action for y'all tonight, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where all my late night people at, my moderators, you know what I'm saying? Everybody sleep, I guess, or out partying. I ain't tripping, man, you know what I'm saying? Just decided to pop in since I was still up, you know what I'm saying? Late night and go ahead and get this content out the way. Y'all know the hell got to get that content out the way. I don't do a whole bunch of arguing, fussing, and cussing no more. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all good in the hood, man. Shout out to everybody who decided to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much everybody who's going to pull up once the show starts. And y'all already know how I'm rocking over here, man. Y'all already know it's scale gang or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to repeat that. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to this content, you know what I'm saying? My hair is king around this. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I think where we left off yet, Kelsey had pleaded the fifth, you know what I'm saying, in court, basically to the surprise of everybody who was in the courtroom, you know what I'm saying. They most definitely did not expect for her to do that, but she most definitely did, which leads people to think either she done took some money from Tory Lanez in order to change up her story per se, or that what was the other thing they said? Or that she basically just don't want to cooperate. Hey, your guess is as good as mine, you know what I'm saying? But they also say when people plead the fifth, 9 times out of 10, it's to get themselves out of trouble, meaning they don't want to say nothing that's going to incriminate themselves. You know what I'm saying? So take it however you want it, you know what I'm saying, which one way or the other, you know what I'm saying, she pleaded the fifth, which basically leads us to where we're at today. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I say without further ado, I don't know what y'all say, but we might as well just go ahead and get into the content. You know what I'm saying? The hell most definitely got that for y'all. So let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
I won't be before you long. So hurry up. Is that they probably never telling nobody. I'm not telling them right quick that ain't shit changed but today. But today. Because see, this is what I gotta tell y'all. We done went back up in this courthouse. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown because I gotta go, right? Gotta get back soon. Okay? Say hey to Chanel.
Hey.
Say hey to Cupcake.
No,
okay.
People keep asking me.
Thank you.
I said my recording.
Oh, okay. So this is what I want to tell y'all. These beautiful young ladies are being so kind and so sweet to me and so hospitable, and I appreciate that so much. That's number one. But number two, the doctor came in. When we came back in, they didn't even want to start with Kelsey's ass because I guess didn't nobody want to get no fucking migraine. So they started with this doctor. Now y'all need to go find this doctor and see if he's single. He done went to school. He done came out here after graduating and he worked at Cedars-Sinai. That nigga is making some good bank. He was well dressed. He was an Asian man. Who like Asian niggas? Y'all need to go see about that doctor. His name Dr. Harambe, some shit like that. Dr. Harambe, Harando, whatever. Y'all need to. I got it in my notebook. I'll tell y'all his name later, but y'all need to go look him up and see what he hit for. But anyway, he got on the stand and it was confirmed that there were fragments, metallic fragments, which would mean bullet fragments that went into Megan's feet. We saw the x-ray. They put that
All right, so basically they done went and dug up the x-ray, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The Megan Foot. Remember, a lot of the things that were going on in day 4, or I'm thinking, yeah, or was it day 3? It was one of these days, is that they didn't have any evidence. They couldn't find none of it. They couldn't find the fragments, they couldn't find the x-rays. Well, evidently they done found the x-rays, y'all, and they presented them, in court. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go.
X-ray up there, and it took up the whole damn screen how big her foot was. They put it up there, and the bones was just all over there. I was trying to find bullet fragments because all I was seeing was some long ass bones. And I say, okay, I can see it. The people had to give them a pointer so that they could point to it so we could see it. And I say, oh, right there, right there. So now we know for sure that is what was in her foot. Now, are the bullet fragments missing? That's still the question. It was documented that they are missing. But we did see I love Chipotle, bitch. We did see that we did see the x-rays. So he talked about the procedure. But let me tell you something key that he said. That he ain't know nothing about no damn nerve damage. People were supposed to have nerve damage and couldn't walk good and had to go to physical therapy. But he said, nah, he don't know nothing about no nerve damage. He said they cleaned it. They opened it up a little bit more to make sure they got as much out as they could, patched her back up and all of that. But he said no when they asked him about nerve damage. No. He did not talk to her when she got there. So we'll see when it comes to that other report. Remember FedEx came out and there was a Dr. Lafredo that treated her for glass, quote unquote, all of that shit. That'll be interesting if that's even brought up. But maybe they don't even want to toy with that because of the fact that we know, like, okay, well, the bullet fragments were in your feet. So, whatever. I don't think they're pressing too much about the glass. We know she said glass and all of that shit, but child, whatever. So it was confirmed that there were metallic pieces in her feet. They showed x-rays of both feet. They showed us the different, pieces in the feet and told us, what the fuck they wanted to do and all of that, the procedure. It was very quick. It was very to the point, and we got through that. Here come Kelsey and what they called her husband. Kelsey, you done went down there. He done made an honest woman of you, and you ain't tell nobody, so we can congratulate you, bitch. Congratulations, girl. So, Kelsey say, baby, this a household.
So basically what we doing right now, we catching up right where we left off, you know what I'm saying? We catching up on the end of day 3, the beginning of day 4, and we will get into day 5, which was today, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta keep my people, you know what I'm saying, updated on what's going on. So y'all already know what it is. My hair like to do a thorough, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Dang, what is that word that I'm looking for? A thorough, I don't want to say investigation because it's not investigation, a thorough representation of what went on in court, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if you up tonight, man, you like content, you know what I'm saying? I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no scratching. I ain't got no arguing. I ain't here to talk about nobody, mama or daddy, or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Straight content, man. You know saying? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Y'all always remember that. You know what I'm saying? But let's let her continue, y'all. Shout out to everybody who rocking with your boy, whether you're in the comment section or the bushes. Make sure you hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you're new over here, subscribe to this channel, man.
This is of God. And so they got Kelsey back on the stand. They say, Kelsey, do you understand like what the hell is going on? Like, you know what you told us in September, bitch. Okay. I'm just sitting up here like, bitch, wake me up when September ends. I'm sick and tired of hearing about motherfucking September, bitch. Do you want to go to October? Do you want to go to November? Do you know that it is December? I'm tired of September, bitch. So they go back to September. Kelsey ain't changed her story. Kelsey said the same thing that she said yesterday. I don't know. I did not see him shoot her. I don't know. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to take it. Bitch, eat that shit up. Look, go like this. The prosecution, take a bite. Eat it up. And about my hair shit. So then, finally, Kathy Ty, her hair so motherfucking stiff that she wants to go like this. She couldn't. So she just stood there. She was like, look at how it went like this. And she turned with her hair. And then she went and sat down like, child, I'm done. Whatever. I'm done with my questioning. And so the defense got up
this
there.
one is crazy, y'all.
And he said, Kelsey, you understand about your immunity deal? Do you understand the terms and conditions? Do you understand you could still perjure yourself? And so she was like, well, let me get some clarification. Let me talk to my lawyer. And so her and her super duper cute lawyer, he is the cutest little old man. You know how you'll see an old man and be like, I know you was a cute kid. He looked like the cutest little old man. I know he be getting his kids good Christmas gifts. They probably got them little college fund and shit. But he talked to her in the back, and when she came back out, it was like, okay, well, yeah, I understand, you know, the terms and conditions and all of that bullshit about my immunity deal and what I got to do. I can't lie up here. He say, okay, cool, we got that established. She say, did anybody from the defense come to you, harass you, bother you, do anything like that? No. Let me get to the nitty gritty because it's 1 o'clock. They said, did the prosecution take an interest in talking to you before you found out and before they found out that we were leaning as the defense towards pointing the finger at you because it was gunshot
talking about Kelsey right now, y'all.
Baby, it then came out that they wasn't trying to talk to her until they found out that, okay, well, the defense is going to say you did it. So what you want to do, this will help you. That is the premise that we going under. I told y'all ass yesterday, Kelsey's answers sound just like Megan's. It was like, it was the same thing. It was the same thing. I heard what Megan said. A lot of Kelsey's answers in that interview was the same shit. So I thought that it was like some, They said, well, who did you feel pressured by? Did you feel pressured by us? Did you feel pressured by the prosecution? She said she felt pressured by the prosecution. She said she felt like she had to go in there and talk to them in September. That's what she said. They ain't want to hear that shit. The white man, he handsome, that little Barbie doll Ken looking nigga. He say, when everything got done with, he said that is not okay. You know, for me and my daughter to be brought up and our integrity to be questioned and all that kind of shit like that. Bitch, she was mad, but bitch, I wasn't giving a fuck because at the end of the day, she said what she said. And y'all trying to sit up here and make Tory be the aggressor. Kelsey said, I ain't talked to Tory since I picked up my bags from the hotel outside on July 11th, 2020. No, 13th. July 13th, 2020. She said, I ain't talked to him since then. So all of these theories about the money, she said, let me make it very clear. They said, wipe your nose. That's that contour. The filter gonna make it look a little crazy. She said, let me make it very clear. She said, I saw something on social media already from Megan people. She talking about the shade room. The shade room want to get a comment from Alex Spiro because he's sitting up here talking about it's clear that she's been compromised. Why in the fuck wasn't she compromised when she sat on the stand and said that Megan got an apartment for her? If Tory had got an apartment for that fucking girl, y'all would have said that he was paying her. But Megan did. Megan set her up with an apartment is what the fuck her words were. So why in the hell ain't that bribery? Why that can't be used as bribery? Well, I put you up in somewhere to stay. So what you gonna do? You on the roof over your head? How you know? Yeah. So why they sitting up there trying to paint the picture that Zaystar Peterson will sit up and offer her all this shit and trying to get her to say something? She said, I have not talked to her. I have not talked to her. So, or I ain't talked to him rather. So what's the deal, Pickle? So at the end of the day, these hoes on some shit. We're gonna come back to cross-examination. Kelsey got the same story, and it ain't changing.
What's up, Nicole? What's up?
Throw this shit in the garbage can. That's what I say. Throw all this shit in the garbage can. Don't nobody want to hear this shit. Y'all niggas in LA do not be seeing thick ass bitches because these niggas is.
Y'all gotta excuse her language, you know what I'm saying? She got a real potty mouth, like I keep on saying. You know what I'm saying? She just keep on popping off with a lot of cuss words, you know what I'm saying? But she be acting real hood. So she be inside of the courtroom. So she is our inside reporter, you know what I'm saying, to let us know exactly what goes on inside of the courtroom. I wish she would just say that without all the cussing, but man, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, she is the most reliable source. So y'all just excuse the cuss words if you don't like, you know what I'm saying, people saying what she's saying. You hear me? All right, let's go.
Honking at me because they like these motherfucking thighs, bitch.
Them Houston girls is different, baby.
So, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. That's what the fuck is going on. They had the doctor come up there and talk about, it was a debridement, and they picked it up out of there. And, but this is not about where you shot. This was about who shot you. So, girl, okay, like this is about did Tori shoot you? Because that's what you said. Y'all trying to lock a nigga up for shooting you. Okay, then that cannot be proven in the court of law. Let's cut shit. So now they want to play the whole interview from September. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about the interview. Kelsey say she lied. Do you understand what she's telling you? She said she lied. Y'all want her to say something different so bad because that's what you said. You know, that's what you want it to be. Let it go, ho. That's not what she gonna do today. You ain't picked up. You ain't get the motherfucking memo. We 2 days in. We too deep to ever lose it. She said no. It's giving court rape. Because at the end of the day, I'm just not understanding why y'all keep on badgering this girl about the same shit. And I just really want another juror removed. There was a juror that came in there with her thong showing her the top and midriff. I wanted her out the other day because she looked like she could be a hottie. And then now we got the coughing monster. Okay, I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. Every time we're trying to hear what the hell going on, he want a motherfucking cough. Is he a plant? Why in the hell do you want to sit up here and cough every time we're trying to get to the business? I don't like that. So, people, I am signing out because I didn't even really get to eat my Chipotle. Please, I had got Ruby up. Ooh, can you mix it with some Coke, half and half? Ruby and Coke. I want all that dark shit. I want all that dark shit mixed up, half and half. So,
Yeah, y'all. She just talking out the side of her neck about what she.
yeah.
We don't care what you
The
want.
shit don't,
Tell
the
us
shit don't
about
mean.
Megan and
I
Tory
feel like we need to
trial.
get done with this shit.
Girl,
Yeah, academics, I see you in the comments, but I'm gonna be able to talk later because we're about to have to go back in. But basically, I'll tell you what happened real quick. The doctors got up there and talked about the doctor got up there and talked about the procedure that he did, the debridement and what was in her foot. We saw X-rays. It took up the whole screen. I thought it was Bigfoot. And it was a sighting. I was about to call that nigga from Ancient Aliens, but then they said that was Megan Foot. And then Kelsey got up there and she ain't changed a damn thing. And she said the prosecution been pressuring her. She felt like she had to go up there and get into it. Okay? Talk about it.
yeah, this woman right here is crazy, y'all. But shout out to her. She really inside the courtroom bringing us all the information, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're new over here, subscribe to the channel.
Hey,
Make sure you
listen,
step on
I
that
really
like
want
button.
I want you to eat your food and everything. I want you.
Yeah.
But no, I was listening. I was hearing the whole thing. I ain't gonna lie. This sounds. Yo, what happened with the jurors getting dismissed? What's going on? Wrong.
We gave y'all some info that y'all did not know. There was actually a juror that got kicked out the courtroom, y'all, for being drunk. She about to tell us about it, man. Make sure you stepping on that like button. If you're new over here, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you up in the air somewhere, jump in the comment section. Everybody is welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? This is late night with Mahel, with the news you can use regarding the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez trial, man. Let's go. DJ Academics just popped in on it, you know what I'm saying? So you know it's about to get interesting.
But yeah, alcohol.
Really?
I'm trying to go back high.
Hey, you know what's so funny? It's crazy that Kelsey saw the shit that got posted on Shade Room. I mean, she's on social media. I thought today she was going like buckle some social media pressure because there's a lot of women that are saying, yo, fuck all that. You got to take your best friends back. Your best friend probably did this for you. Yo, what are you doing? I thought she would have, but look like she's doubling down, right?
Not only doubling down, she said the prosecution pressured me. Not Tory. Not Tory's defense. I have not been harassed by them or nothing. They said, did you feel pressured by the prosecution? She said, yes. That white man was pissed the fuck off. He's mad.
Did they try to pursue any more angles when it came to, hey, have you talked to Tory since then? Because I know she said she didn't.
The prosecution was asking questions like that. She said she don't. Kelsey even told the prosecution, I don't even remember what I told you yesterday.
She said that?
Yeah, they was asking her about shit she said yesterday. She said, I don't recall. She said, I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, this
Nah,
like
that-
with this filter. I'm gonna go like this. That shit look ugly. All right, y'all
Now
listening.
you good. Now you good,
I
girl.
look like a grease ball in
I
that.
hear
Like,
you out there I hear you out there taking LA by storm. They can't deal with you out there.
no, they trying to put me out every goddamn day. They said put my titties up. They don't want to
word?
see my titties. They don't want to see my motherfucking legs. Said no one ever. The fuck?
Damn. They must say it's probably one of the attorneys or one of the jurors that's, you know what I mean, you hypnotize.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's exactly what it is. No, they be seeing we go live, and they be seeing that these people ain't jaded by this bullshit that's going on, and they want to stop to this shit.
Hey, which damn juror got a goddamn thong out? What the hell? What's going on?
Yeah, they say that it's rumors circulating in the hallway that the juror was liquored up. They
Is that the one
say
with the thong?
No, not her. She's still sitting up there hanging on for another day. And some pieces of clothes. Child. And let me tell you something. It's this old lady, somebody grandma on the jury keep falling asleep, child. She keep on nodding off. I say, damn, this ain't Judge Memphis. This hoe act like she's sitting at home in a fucking recliner. I want her off the jury.
Hey,
that
listen,
bitch better not find my nigga guilty because she had a dream. I'm not playing with her.
Hey, here's the thing. She probably done heard enough. She ready to go to
she
sleep.
have heard enough, and I didn't heard enough too.
She heard
We
enough.
need to throw this case out.
Hey. So pretty much the surgeon, like kind of giving his testimony, that didn't do anything because that don't even matter, really.
It don't even matter because this ain't about did she get shot. But let me tell you something important. He said there was no nerve damage. He didn't know about any nerve damage. So all of this I'm interested to know about the physical therapy and the couldn't walk claims and all of that, because he made it seem like they patched up, cleaned up. She was kind of good to go. She could have some residual pain, but the defense said, does she have nerve damage? And did you observe nerve damage? He said, no, she did not have nerve damage. So how you couldn't walk?
So pretty much that kind of corroborates what we all see when, Meg was hitting some of the illest twerks after that.
Yeah, like she was bouncing that ass for an icy chain. Sure was. We seen
God
her ass.
damn. Yo, so right about now, what's the temperature with the defense? Are they going hard at her? Are they taking it easy?
The defense, I think it could have came off as though he was being very stern, but he was just making it very clear. They were being accused of robbing this girl and being accused of paying her off and stuff. So he wanted to make sure he came in strong, making sure that she understood the immunity deal, that she understood what perjury was. And he was very concerned with asking, did you meet with Tory? Have you talked to Tory? Have we ever harassed you? He said, have I ever, or anyone on my team, ever reached out to you in life, and tried to talk to you or whatever? She said no.
Did they ask it when's the last time she's talked to Meg?
Yeah, and she said that she ain't talked to Megan or Tory since the incident. The last time she said she talked to Megan was when Megan helped out for the apartment or for a place to stay, whatever it was. Oh, damn, it cut out.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Did they ask if anybody from Rock Nation, anybody who might be affiliated or associated with Meg, may have reached out to her? Because it seemed like she's saying, I didn't really want to come and tell y'all them lies before, but I was getting a little pressure from y'all, so that's why I said it.
Right. They did not say Rock Nation. They did not say Rock Nation, but they did say, did you feel pressure by the prosecutors? And she said yes. She said, I felt threatened when they came to my home and when I was told that I needed to come in like I had been subpoenaed. And they was like, well, that was for the subpoena. What about coming in and talk to them? She said, I felt like I had to come in and talk to them. And he said, did you feel like you had to come and talk to them? He said, did they take any interest or reach out to you before 2022? She said no. So the defense painted the picture that they only contacted you after they found out and told you that we were gonna press you. We was gonna put it on you, that you the one that shot Megan. They say, so did the prosecution come to you under the premise that you better come speak to us because this is what's gonna help you because they gonna say you did it? And the answer was yeah. She felt like she had to go in there and talk to them because she felt pressured, and that she did only talk to them in September after she was made aware of the fact that they were going to accuse her of it. because she had gun residue on her hands. They confirmed that Kelsey did have gunshot residue on her hands.
Wow. Hey, by the way, that's a big deal. So you telling me they were prepared for this case for over a year, and they didn't really care about what Kelsey was gonna say until they realized that Tory
they thought
was
this shit was sold up.
Man.
Yes, until
This
they
is some
felt
sloppy
like,
shit, man.
it is sloppy. They said, oh, basically it was like, oh.
You already know, ladies. Shout out to Millie for being on the scene, man. You know what I'm saying? She is our inside the courtroom report, man. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to you for being in the building, ladies.
And so she was trying to skirt around it, like, well, I don't know why they wanted me to come in, but he finally asked the right way, and we got our answer. Them people only got interested in your ass when they found out that, hey, we got another person that we could put this shit on. Yeah, she got gunshot residue on her hands. You better get up in here and do something, girl, before you go to jail type shit. I'm not quoting verbatim, but it was type shit like that. So the picture have been painted.
Kathy running a loose ship over there.
Yeah, the ship going down, baby. It's Titanic.
Yeah, nah,
This what this is.
Nah, this is bad. What are we expecting to see for the rest of the day? It's only. What are we expecting to see for the rest of the day? Is it only Kelsey, or is there any other thing?
I pray to God we can wrap up with Kelsey, but the judge did say we gonna be done at 4. We will be done at 4 o'clock. There was one time where they said, "Can we approach the bench?" The judge said no.
Already, ladies, but Millie crazy. All she do is talk trash. She don't really like Megan either, though. It's ironic that we have to take her account of what happened, but she be inside the courtroom, so you know what I'm saying. We have to. We basically gotta almost go see say because she is there. You know what I'm saying? Document this whole situation.
People was upset this morning, and Kelsey came in with the same shit.
Is the judge coming off like impartial though? Like, you know, like they're just trying to make sure we get a good trial, or are there more? I feel like the judge is. If it was a 100 scale, I feel like the judge is 60% fair. He be letting, to me, too much shit slide when the prosecution want to let somebody answer something, and when Tory side object to something, it be like, no, go ahead. But he kind of be letting them do their little thing too and ask their questions. But I just personally feel like it seemed like he be harder on the defense side. A little bit, nothing crazy, nothing that will make me feel like, damn, do you think he guilty? You know, but I feel like, you could ease up a little bit now. Come on now. No. This is good info. Listen, I'm glad her testimony is about to wrap up, because here's the thing. I want to know, what is Kathy Todd about to do after this? She finna go work at the post office. I'm gonna give her an application. Yo, I don't know what other rabbits you can pull out the hat. Like,
ain't no more.
What is she gonna do?
Take her ass down that motherfucking hole like Alice. See if she can chase that motherfucker with that damn watch he be having in his pocket. Because they no more rabbits, baby.
Hey, listen, I keep saying, let's score the trial as the day and as time goes by. What I'm scoring it right now, I think Tory's up a couple rounds, and we didn't get to his witnesses yet. And to be honest, I don't think this is gonna reverse course at this point.
Yeah. I'm on the city bus. We doing some real local shit.
Real LA shit.
I'm on the city bus. The sound had cut out. I'm in the ghetto.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. You like it out there in LA?
It's all right, but you know, I've been doing this shit, so I ain't been able to really just like see it.
I ain't got
cute. It's nice. They're selling t-shirts.
Get back on topic. Yeah, man. See if they get back on topic. Get back on topic.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find me a wig. Maybe a bitch can put that on my head on the sidewalk. I don't know.
Hey. By the way, if it's worth anything, yo, my whole audience, they all fuck with you, yo.
It is worth something. Hey, chat niggas.
Yo, they think you're a beautiful black queen. They love the sauce. They love the accent.
Yeah.
They love how you giving it up out here.
Yeah. Okay, I love y'all too. Shot, send me $20. Love you.
Yeah, no, hey, yo, please, anybody watching, listen, please support her in any way. You know what I mean? Some of y'all dudes, maybe she'll answer y'all back if y'all, you know, show cash out some love, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's they stuff doing that, not mine. You know what I'm saying? They breaking up horribly over here. So
I
what we
appreciate
gonna
you,
do is
academic, so much.
they small talking right now. So now we gotta get back to where she goes to talking about the content, you know what I'm saying, with Meg and them. But basically what she just told us in so many words is that in court, y'all, they actually went back and found the x-rays. They can't find the actual bullet fragments, you know what I'm saying, but they did get the x-rays, you know what I'm talking about, of the bullet fragments inside of Megan's foot, y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right, so after she got off the train or whatever and court was over, she basically went back to the house, you know what I'm talking about, and she began to break it down some more of what went on in court. So, you know, we got to get to that. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's go. With her crazy self.
What's up, nigga?
This woman crazy. She crazy and over sexual. Let me tell y'all that. But she dropped good information. So
I cannot wait to get home and get my motherfucking hair done. Y'all ready to get into this shit?
Yeah, let's get into it. Area. Yep, let's go.
I'm ready to go change my motherfucking nose ring too. Yeah, I know I had to go get my nose repierced and they put that long ass on the back of my damn nostril.
I'm ready to get this shit. Don't say nothing though. You sure be acting outrageous. I give you that.
Shit, out of here. What's up? Hey. Let me say this before we go over that. We got the black notebook. But what I want to say is, as we were leaving, the judge said that, not as we were leaving, but yeah, after everything was done, that he will allow the jury to listen to the interview that Kelsey did with the prosecution on in September, where she said all of these different things that would seemingly back up Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, these is triple D's, baby. They are. Let's get into the titties. Hold on. These absolutely sex icon shit. Hold on. These some sexy ass, full ass, supple ass titties. Yeah. But any motherfucking way. They gonna let the jury listen to the interview that Kelsey did. And what I want to say is, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they do in terms of their goddamn interview. I wouldn't give a damn if they tattooed the transcript of their goddamn interview to their ass. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I don't give a fuck what they do with it, because at the end of the day, Kelsey got up there and fucked y'all whole shit up. Yes, ma'am, Miss Carol. She got up there and fucked y'all whole shit up. Who gives a fuck what was said in the interview? You know, y'all trying to hold on to, all right. Child, shut the fuck up.
Got a potty mouth, y'all. I'm telling you. Oh man, but she the closest thing we got to the courtroom, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so most definitely got to see what she talking about.
Oh, not all the way over today. Let me rephrase. I had got a Twitter 10-hour ban, and I said they freed a real nigga. They thought Tora had walked out.
Wait.
I don't even fucking know. I'm back up there now, but I don't even fucking know. Some dumb shit, stupid shit. But I was just telling them that they're going to allow the jury. It was said, when everything was over with, they're gonna allow the jury to listen to Kelsey's interview from September with the prosecutors. They're gonna.
All right, so basically, since Kelsey pleaded the fifth, y'all, and didn't want to talk about it exactly in depth in the courtroom, the judge got them to use her previous interview that she did with the I guess either the prosecution or whatever with the investigators, her previous one in court, you know what I'm saying, so people can hear what she was saying that day. What's up with it, G? How you doing, G? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Late night live, man. Nothing but content. I ain't got no arguing, fussing, and cussing for y'all, but I do got the inside on what happened inside the Megan and Tory trial, man. Make sure you stick and stay. Make sure you step on that like button, man. Make sure if you're new over here, you subscribe to the page, even if you in the bushes. Y'all already know how we rocking. It's a scale gang affair. Late night. I have been asleep half of the day. I'm up now, so y'all know we ready to go. Get off into this. We got Millie Grove and DJ Academics, you know what I'm saying, basically giving us an inside of what happened inside of the courtroom with the Megan and Tory trial, y'all. Make sure you stepping on that like button. For real, for real.
Let them listen to it in full. I think it's probably like 80 minutes.
Why didn't Tory's legal team like put some objection to that, or is it possible that maybe like before trial starts, like tomorrow, they might just be like, hey, listen, judge, come on now, like playing 80 minutes of this shit. Remember, some jurors are dick riders. They might go with whatever they heard last.
But you know what? Once again, if they do what they came to do, which is, you know, identify if they feel like he committed a crime. Kelsey gave that testimony, and she has repeatedly said that she lied. She has repeatedly said that she felt pressured. She absolutely has made herself unreliable. So what can we do with that at this point? So anybody that wants justice to be served at this point, I think that is fair, regardless of who you consider yourself believing, to understand that if you say that you believe 100% that Tory did it, you have to acknowledge that that's a lie. Like, come on now. After all of this shit, who can honestly say, yeah, I 100% believe that his life is on the line? This is 22 years. So after everything that's happened with this shit show, do y'all really think that he deserves to do this or go to prison for this shit when it's this fucking messy and we finding out all of this shit? Because when I say shit got trumped up today, it got trumped up today. And I know why they want to push that audio is because Kelsey got up there and blew that whole shit up. That's all they got left. The judge said we could be done with this Friday or Monday. And the defense had a huge lead today in terms of speaking to witnesses and chopping their ass up and breaking them down. The defense today, once again, like in day one, when we went through the 5 witnesses and the police officers who were using pieces of paper as placards to mark this, phantom ass blood trail, they proved again today that the LAPD is incompetent. The LAPD, then we'll get into chronological order, but the LAPD got the robbery detective 2 days ago, told him 2 days ago, look at this Instagram post. Lil Ju made the beat, who posted this back in September of 2020. Said, y'all don't think that goofy nigga shot her? Yes, he did. Somebody commented and said, Kelsey shot Megan. And Tory Lanez's account said, Kelsey didn't shoot Megan. Okay. They said, did you even try to look up the IP address or what else posted from? Because you know celebrities have other people that post from their social media pages, right? He said, no, I didn't think it was relevant. They said, you don't think it's relevant in terms of trying to identify who may have posted that to look further? He said, was your duty to come up here and just basically say that Tory Lanez posted that? No, that's not why I'm here, but I didn't think it was relevant to look. That, I looked at that post, I went to his page, it was verified, and so that was it. What kind of fucking investigation is that? And they gave that to you 2 days ago? 2 damn days ago, they gave that shit to you. Sloppy. Yeah, sloppy. Well, okay, so we come back from lunch. Kelsey is still on the damn stand. They said before we broke, we spoke about the DA in 2022. They said you found out about the defense theory and the gunshot residue sample that they took that night. They said, did the detective tell you that they had that and all of that? She said, yeah, I found out that I had gunshot residue on me, but I don't know when I found it out. But yeah, they said, do you remember going to the station and being swabbed and your hands getting swabbed for DNA? She said, I don't remember that.
Good, Miss Danita. You know you good.
They said, did you find out what the evidence showed when you met with them? And she said, yeah, okay. They said, were you told that you would be done if you gave them that interview in September, that you would be done with this case, you wouldn't have to deal with it no more and all of that? She said, yes. They said, what was the interview done? She said, in a room. I don't know. They said, did you tell the prosecution things to be done with this case? She said, I thought I would be done with it. They said, didn't you say that you wanted to free yourself in that interview? She said, yes, I wanted to free myself, and tell my truth. They said, this is defense speaking with her. They said, you wanted to free yourself from this case and free yourself from your connections with Tory, right? She said, I wanted nothing to do with this case. Then they bring up Rock Nation. Okay. They said, Megan is with Rock Nation, right? And she said, yeah. They say, do you know Taurus label? She said, no. They said, but you was with Rock Nation by way of working with Megan, right? She said, yeah.
Squad is arriving. What's up, Bishop B?
About Rock Nation trying to sign Tory and the fact that they fell out? Objection immediately. And that was sustained so that they could not get into that. So we didn't get an answer, but absolutely. Huh? We heard about that.
Hey, a lot of people in the industry heard about that. It was interesting when people thought that Rock Nation was going.
All right, so y'all, they showed for my people who just now making it here, they can't still find the bullet fragments as far as the actual fragments they took out of Meg's foot, but they showed the x-rays. They found the x-rays of the fragments being in her foot, and they presented those in court. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. You know what I'm saying? We was on day 3. Hey man, my head didn't go to the dice game tonight, so I opted to go ahead and do this and get it out so we can be fresh on Monday when they start again. You know what I'm talking about? And just use our little late night live that we do tonight. You know what I'm saying? To basically fully catch up. So I showed the end of day 3. Now we into day 4. A juror got removed from the courtroom for being drunk, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you did not know, there was a juror removed for being drunk. You know what I'm saying? Millie Groves say they was trying to get her up out the courtroom again. You know what I'm saying? Because of her body type. If that's what's up with it, salute Scorpio 83, because of her body type or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Basically saying there was a lot of attention on her, but they wind up letting her stay, and she wind up, you know what I'm saying, having some more facts from the. That's basically where we at now, and she's giving us a rundown. Well, actually, you know, she's giving a rundown to DJ Academics, but she's giving it to all of us to know what's going on inside of the courtroom. So hey man, we right on time. Make sure y'all stick and stay. If you're new over here, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Man, this is your late night entertainment, not your late crash section, man. Y'all know, but just stay with the content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people in the building. You know what I'm saying? So if you're up late tonight, you know what I'm saying, you want to watch me till you go to sleep, that's fine. We're going to be here a little minute, I think. Not too long, maybe an hour, 2 hours. I mean, about 2 hours, maybe 2.5. You know what I'm saying? Doing all the catch-up stuff. So I'm most definitely here for y'all, man. Don't be shy to send a cash app or hit that super chat or a super sticker, man. It's all in good faith, man. I appreciate everybody. And what's up with the CW? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who rock with me. Y'all already know I ain't nothing without y'all. So shout out to y'all who give me a minute of y'all time or a moment out y'all day or night or early morning. You know what I'm saying? To see what in the hell my hair got going on, man. Hey, man. Say, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Against Tory, because we thought
you remember he got invited to
at
Rock Nation brunch. Tory was ending and becoming an independent artist. There were many people that wanted to sign him, you know, to the label. Rock Nation was one of the places interested. So, you know, so then we go to the party now. We switch gears. And so there was like, who went to the party with you? They said EJ, and they use the word party, but once again, the gathering, whatever you want to call it. Kelsey, EJ, and Megan rode together. And they said, and you didn't see Tora come in. She said, no, I did not see Tora come in. They said, because you were drunk and you had gone to sleep, correct? Yes. They said, did Megan look drunk? She said, yeah, but all of us were drunk. And they just specified again that she was laughing obnoxiously. They said, did you see Tori flirting with Kylie? They say, yes. Kelsey said, yes. They said, did you see Megan while he was flirting with Kylie? She said, yeah. They said, how did Megan look while he was flirting with Kylie? They said, Megan looked irritated. Okay. They said, did EJ say it was time to go? And she said, yeah. They said, did you see EJ tell Megan that it was time to go? She said, I didn't see EJ tell her that, but I know I told her that. And she didn't want to leave. But I don't know why she didn't want to leave, but she didn't. They said, was EJ there when she agreed to leave? They said, yeah. They said, was EJ still there before you left? She said, yeah. They said, did y'all have y'all luggage in a room that Kylie provided for y'all in Kylie's home? She said, yes. They said, you had multiple bags in that room? They said, yeah. We had Kelsey say, yeah, we had multiple bags in the room. They said, who packed y'all bags in Kylie's house? EJ packed the bags in Kylie's home. They said, who put the bags in the car? Kelsey said, me and EJ put the bags in EJ's car. They said, did Megan agree to leave at that point? She said no. At some point, she said Megan told us that we was going with Tori. So they had to move the bags from EJ's car at that point to Tori's car. Okay. She says, when we got in the vehicle to leave the very first time, which means Tori did not go with them, that they left with the driver and EJ left as they left. And so she said there is absolutely no doubt that Tori stayed at the home with Kylie and that everybody left at the same time in the vehicles. They said, so anyone, and this will be Megan because that's who said it. They said, so anyone saying that EJ was gone already, so that they basically needed to ride with Tori. Anybody that said that EJ was gone already, they lied. Kelsey said yes. They said anyone saying that y'all only left once lied. She said yes. Okay. We go to Tori in the pool, Tori in the swimming pool. They say, how long was it before, once y'all left, did y'all come back to Kylie's house? She said, I don't know how long it was, but it was a short amount of time. They said, whose idea was it to go back to Kylie's house? Megan's idea. They said, why? They said, because Megan said that she had left a slipper. They said, were there any comments about Kylie and Tori in the house? Did Megan make any comments about them when she got in the car? She said Megan was in the front seat, so she didn't see her expression to know, maybe the look on her face and her reaction, and it was dark and late. But all she did say, or something she said was, he want to stay there with Kylie. That's what she said. So they go back to Kylie's home. She said, Megan the only one.
Remember, I told y'all that there was a big discrepancy, you know what I'm saying, about him and Kylie Jenner, y'all. You know what I'm saying? When that's been confirmed in court, I think it's by Kelsey, who is giving her account right now, who she's saying is testifying or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That Tori was trying to stay at Kylie's house. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, though, he was trying to become Kanye, who else got caught up in that web? Kanye, Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to become a Jenner. I'm just saying, though. But let's let her continue, y'all.
That wanted to go back. Then they said, did she have a slipper with her when she came back and got in the car? She said, I don't know. They said, did she come out with Tori? She said, not necessarily at the exact same time, but back to back. So if Megan came out first, then Tori came out shortly after. And so
and let me ask you a question. Is she answering quickly? Is she unsure?
We're finally getting yes.
What's up, my humble opinion?
Okay, yes. At this point, because it did start happening again with I don't remember shit, but we just ain't got there yet. So they said, okay, let's go to the statements. They said the time to go statement. Kylie kicked them out. And she said, yeah. And so they said, let's go to the seat arrangement. And then she outlined where everybody sat, which we already know. Tori and Kelsey sat in the back. Megan sat in the front passenger. Kelsey was right behind her. Quan was in the driver's seat. All right. They go to when they met. Go over that again. Met Tori early 2022, and they became more than friends. Kelsey said she had never seen Quan before that night. And they established that, that Quan isn't even his primary security. And so they said, is it true, basically, that Megan wanted you to be nice to Tori and that she set y'all up? And she said, yes, and it grew to something sexual. Basically, they had a sexual relationship. They said, was the argument in the car about Tori not leaving the party? Kelsey said, yes. They said, and then at some point, did you jump into that argument to defend Megan? She said, yes, I did, because she was my friend at the time. Okay. They said, then Tori interjects and said, well, tell her the truth then. Okay. And then they said, well, how did he say it? They said, basically, he said that they were having a relationship. And they said, how did you feel about that? She said, I was confused and I was upset. They said, did you get mad and argue with Megan? She said, yes. They said, is this why Megan wanted to be let out of the car? She said, yes. They said, did you see her sit at a bus stop? She said, yeah, I did. And that she was in her bikini. They said, who went to her and convinced her to get in the car. She said Tory went over there to her and spoke to her. And then they got back in the vehicle after that talk, and they got in the same seats. When they got back in, they said, did y'all continue arguing? She said, yeah, we picked right back up. And I told Megan that she backdoored me. And they said, how did you feel at that time? She said, I was still upset, when she got back into the vehicle. She had backstabbed me multiple times at that point, and I was angry. And then they said, and the argument, continued after that.
That don't know where we at, and you just now made it. Right now, she's walking us through what Kelsey had to say. Well, actually, they played an old interview of what Kelsey had to say, because remember, on day 3, Kelsey pleaded the fifth. You know what I'm saying? So the judge allowed them to play an interview that she did previously with an investigator or whatever on this situation. He allowed them to play that in court, so they basically could get her side of the story that she had to say then versus to what she was saying now. So that's where we at now. And basically Millie is walking us through what was said in the courtroom by Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? This is Kelsey's testimony, you know what I'm saying, of what happened that night, you know what I'm saying, when Megan got shot in the foot, you know what I'm saying? So that's just for all of y'all who just now made it. That's where we at right now. Shout out to everybody. So basically this is day 4, you know what I'm saying? Day 4 of the Megan and Tory trial, y'all.
They said the argument leaving was about when y'all left that bus stop. So after this first stop that y'all make, they said, was that argument when y'all got back in about Megan sleeping with Tory? She said, yes. They said, was the primary argument about her backstabbing you? Is that what this argument was about in the vehicle? Kelsey said, yes. They said, were you hurt? She said, yes. And they said, and you gave a couple of names of other instances of her backstabbing you. She said, yes. They said, but we're not going to say their names. Before they said Ben Simmons and the baby. They said, we're not going to say no names, but isn't it true that, you were hurt and that you said, yeah, you backdoored me with such and such? She said, yes. And I said one name of a person that she had backdoored me with. I'm going to use, my brain to take an educated guess and say that maybe the baby is the person in question. Okay. I'm inferring, but that's what I think. She said, I did say one name when I told her this ain't the first time you did it. They said after the first betrayal from Megan, did y'all remain friends and did you remain her assistant? Kelsey said, yes, I did. Okay. They said the car stops and you and Megan get out. She said, yes. They said, Kelsey, this is defense. Was there a physical fight with Megan? Tell the truth. She said there was alcohol. I don't know. They said, I understand that, there were drinks and y'all were under the influence, but did you two fight? Was there a physical altercation? Kelsey said,
hey, TT, appreciate it. Thank you very much. You already know how we rock.
That's what the girl
said. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Transparent Talk.
And so they said, what do you mean? Y'all probably bumped each other. She said, I was under the influence. I don't know. They said it was more than bumping, correct? Y'all were yelling and screaming outside of the car, correct? She said, correct. So they said you and Megan were yelling outside of the car. She said, I don't remember. They said, well, y'all still arguing when y'all got out the car. She said, I got out, at the same time as her, and I was still confused. They said, you were upset and angry? She said, yes. They said, was there anything more than y'all bumping each other?
Salute, So Blessed.
I don't know. I don't remember.
What's up, So Blessed?
They said, you understand that you have immunity? She said, yes. She said, was there more? He said, was there more than arguing that took place? There was an objection for asking, the same question. They moved on. They said, how close were you with Megan before that night? She said, we were close, always together like sisters. After weeks before the incident, and we were living together, before all of this. They said, whenever we would travel, we would either make hotel arrangements or we would get an Airbnb. We always stayed together. We were really close. They said, how did you feel about being betrayed? She said, I would feel how anybody felt. I felt bad. I felt betrayed. They said, when you got out of the car, did you hear anybody say, dance, bitch? She said, I don't know where that came from. No. They said, did you see Megan when you got out the car? She said, I don't know. They said, did you walk to the front or the back of the car? She said, I don't recall. He said, when y'all got out and y'all bumped each other, Was that at the front or the back of the vehicle? She said, I don't know if me or her were walking to the back. She said, I just remember the bump. They said, do you remember you and her walking to the back of the car?
Salute 5280, man.
Yes.
Shout out to the squad pulling
So if
up,
we
man.
stop even right here, how in the fuck did Kelsey and Megan, or even Megan, let's go to Megan's story. How in the fuck did Megan get out the passenger seat, hear dance bitch, walk around to the front and get shot? But now we're acknowledging that y'all ass got out the vehicle, and you know why they walked to the back, to get their fucking luggage. Y'all was walking towards the back of that shit, but y'all was arguing. Y'all got out there. Y'all ain't walked to no damn back of the car. Y'all got out that motherfucking car and lined that shit up. That's what the fuck y'all did. Talk about it. Ain't nobody fucking dumb. But anyway, they said, do you remember you and her walking back of the car?
By the way, Meg also said that she never saw a bump till she seen Tori and Kelsey. She never acknowledged bumping into,
at all. She said she did not
Kelsey
see
herself.
Kelsey. Now this is changing. They said, did the bump happen at the back of the car? Kelsey said at first, yeah. They said, did Megan turn around and go towards the front of the car? She said yes. They said, Kelsey, was there a fight? This is when Kelsey hesitates, and she said, I don't remember. They said since the incident and when it happened, Jilly, Megan's manager, picked you up, right? She said, yeah, Jilly was going to see Megan, and I hadn't seen Megan since then. And then she corrected herself and said, well, the last time I saw Megan was when she helped me with my living arrangements. But we still never got a date for when the fuck that happened. So then they go to September 2022. They said, were you being truthful in September 2022? Oh, no. They said, is it true that you weren't being truthful in September? And she said, yes, true. I wasn't being truthful. They said, did you tell the prosecution what they wanted to hear to be done with this? She said, I told them what I wanted. I wanted to be out of this. And then they said, you lied about a lot in those transcripts. And she said, yes. They said, did you lie about who the shooter was? She said, I didn't see the shooter. All right. Now we do a redirect, and Kathy Ty is back up there. Kathy shows the message that Kelsey sent to Justin. They said, did you send this in the car? She said, yes. And they said, why? They said, because I was in a panic. They said, when you were panicked, why did you blame Tori? She said, because I assumed after I heard some shots. And she said, there were only 4 people in the car, right? She said, yeah. And then they said, so you knew she had got shot, right? She said, Megan's team told me she stepped on glass. They said, Megan didn't shoot herself, right? They said, I don't think so. She said, I don't think so. They said, Jaquan wasn't in a fight, right? They said, no. They said, you didn't shoot Megan, correct? She said, no. They said, so is that why you assume that Tori did it? She said, yes. They say, were you panicked when you sent Megan pictures of this bruise? And they pull up these different photos. So all of those photos that we saw of Kelsey with injuries on her and the bald patch in her head, Megan sent that to the prosecution because Kelsey texted this to Megan. So they said, were you panicked when you sent Megan these pictures? She said, no, but I was confused. They said, you sent all these photos to Megan, right? She said, yes. They said, were you panicked? She said, no, I was confused. So they pull up some text messages that allegedly were between her and Megan. They said, do you remember these text messages to Megan? She said, I don't remember it, but I see it. And they said, you don't remember sending this to her? She said, you're showing me, but I don't recall. They said, did you send any of these to Megan? She said, I do not believe that I sent that to Megan. She said, maybe I had that conversation. She said, but I do
This
not
is what Kelsey said on the stand.
Megan wasn't talking to me. So she said, I don't remember texting Megan after that. So they said, these text messages where you say that you wanted to go to the urgent care because your head was hurting and all this other shit, because that's what the messages said. The messages said that she was asking the person, should I go to urgent care? You know, my neck hurt, my chest hurt, my head hurt, you know, all this other shit. Should I go? And then she said, it brings back thoughts about me wanting to go to urgent care, but I do not remember sending that to Megan. I do not remember having that conversation with Megan that you're showing me. I don't think that these messages are between me and Megan. They said, you said that you had neck and chest pain, right?
Hey, uniquely designed.
All right. They said in your back and everything was hurt, right? Kelsey said, you're trying to make me remember something I don't remember. Okay? So they move up. They said, Detective Stogner, didn't he leave you a voicemail in 2020 in August, which is the same month that Megan went live and confirmed Tori was the shooter? She said, no, I don't remember that. They said, do you remember answering the phone for him? He said who he was and you hung up in his face. She said, no. They said, you had a lawyer, and they named the lawyer. And she said, yeah. But then she said, no, the man whose name was Dominic. She said, he wasn't ever my lawyer. He was just somebody I basically consulted with. And so Kelsey said, when you reached out to me, I would forward it to him. And so they said, you weren't ready to speak back then. She said, no. They said, when we met in September, before you got subpoenaed, you knew that our interest, you knew that we were interested. That wasn't the only time that we were interested in talking to you. You knew, like, we want to speak to you then. And did we threaten you? She said, you guys didn't threaten me. They said, before you spoke to us, were you ordered to come back to court? Kelsey said, yes. They said, so you knew that even if you came in to speak to us, that this wouldn't be over. Like, you knew you still would have to deal with this. And she said, yes. They said, Kelsey, why did you say that you felt pressured? She said, I felt pressured because of all of the calls from you guys. She said, the knock on my door when I got subpoenaed. She said, me getting pressured on social media and all of that. She said, y'all didn't threaten me, but I absolutely felt pressured to come in and talk to you guys. They said, you only came to talk after learning about our defense and the finger quite possibly being pointed at you. She said, are you talking about the gunshot residue? They said, when did you learn about the gunshot residue? She said, I don't know. They said, weren't you accused? And this is the defense. Though the defense then came back to talk to her now. The defense said, weren't you accused of shooting? No, this might be prosecution. Yeah, that's not the recross. I'm so sorry. Prosecution said, weren't you accused of shooting Megan? And you said that you felt like that was a ridiculous accusation in September. She said, yeah, it was ridiculous. They said there were rumors that Megan stepped on glass, right? She said her team told me that she stepped on glass, and I believed them. They said, you've remained consistent that you didn't shoot Megan. She said, yes. They said,
what's up, Raina?
did you shoot Megan? She said,
Raina?
no. They said, you know you have immunity, right? She said, yeah. Okay. Now the defense comes up to do another recross. They said, you know that you have use immunity, and you're aware that you can still commit perjury and be prosecuted for perjury. She said, yes. They said, are you aware that a witness named you as the shooter? Objection immediately. It was sustained. I don't know why the fuck we can't hear about it, but what damn witness? And there was someone who looked to Tori. They said he even looked surprised by that. I don't know if it truly was or what the hell was going on, but I've never heard that a witness said that Kelsey is the person that shot. So I don't know what's up with that, but I would have loved to have heard more. So they moved on because he said sustained. They said, when did you find out about the gunshot residue? And she said it was way after July 2022. They said, didn't you hear about a witness? She said, yeah. They said, did my client ask you to leave? Or were you pulled out of the car by your hair? Or what happened? How did you get out the car? She said, me and Megan just got out. They said, do you recall these words? I'm taking shots at you. Bitch, I'm busting you. She said, what? They say, do you remember these lines? I'm taking shots at you. Bitch, I'm busting you. They had to pull up the lyrics on Rap Genius to read them again so that they could, you know what I'm saying, make it make sense. And so she said, yeah, I said that. They excused her at this time. They were done with Kelsey in the line of questioning. They said, the judge told Kelsey, there is a very remote chance that we will call you back, but it is a possibility. Yeah, Henny shots. This is ridiculous. Oh, that's some light liquor, Casa, whatever it is. Yeah, that time of day. Casamigo. That time of day. They say, Kelsey, you know, we're done. And Kelsey.
I
Good point,
like
Raina.
3 of these, no cap.
Kelsey couldn't get her ass up out of there fast enough. She was shuffling and getting up out of there. So that was it with her. That was done with her. Then they call up the next witness. This is the detective from Hollywood LAPD, who is in the. He's a detective. They pull him up and they say, "Do you look at social media?"
Man, this is crazy, y'all. Hope y'all following along, man. Even though, you know what I'm saying, she got a couple choice words, she's still dropping us valuable information on what went on inside of that courtroom, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at her. Hey, she just being her, you know, just being herself, basically giving the commentary like she likes to give the commentary. You can't be mad at her. But shout out to her for this valuable information that she's giving to us as far as what's going on inside of that courtroom. She's taking notes. She's making sure she don't miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she comes at us with the correct information, and I'm glad she did that so I can present the correct information to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? To the people that don't keep up with this case, you know what I'm saying, and haven't been following along, you know what I'm saying, with other that's been trying to report on it. Shout out to y'all for giving me some of y'all late night vibes, man, and coming in here and kicking it with me, man. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all already know how we rocking, and we back into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all paying close attention to the information that she's giving. You know what I'm saying? Already, Rena, you know what I'm saying? And thank you as well.
Media in cases? He said yes. They said, did you look at social media in this case? He said yes. They pull up a post from the Shade Room. The Shade Room, what they missed said, look at y'all ass. They didn't reposted what Lil Ju made the beat. Megan producer. On December 13th, he got this message. This was 2 damn days ago. So the post is from September 2020. They didn't.
Wait,
the actual post that was made was from.
I know that's. I remember that post. But when did they get this?
They gave it to the detective on December 13th. That was 2 days ago.
Huh?
More sloppy ass fucking work. More desperation. Yeah, literally. And this was the post that said, this little goofy ass nigga said that he ain't shoot Megan. You know? They said, so we're looking at the message now. We're looking at the post. And so you got Lil Ju make the beat at the top. And a user comes in and says, people say that Kelsey shot him. And Tory said, that's not true. Prosecution said, who owned that page? He said, Tory Lanez. They said, can you explain the blue check to us? They said that's a verification badge, which is supposed to mean that the page is authentic. He went over the types of people that could get a verification badge and all that bullshit. They said, how many followers does Tory have? He said 11.8 million and counting. They said, so Tory said Kelsey didn't do it? He said yes. That's when the prosecution said, okay, we're done. Defense comes up. When I tell you defense told his ass up, I shit you not. They said, I noticed that you said you got this on December 13th. That was just 2 days ago. Did he say, have you been on this case?
Miss Danita, you better be paying the most attention. I'm going to put you in timeout.
He said, I assisted the primary officer, who was Detective Stogner. He said, but I wasn't, just a part of it like that all the way through, but I assisted him in the beginning. And other than that, they brought this to me on December 13th. They said, you look at celebrity and athletes' accounts all the time? He said, yes. He said, do public figures have people who run their accounts? He said, yeah, you could say that. He said, are you trying to say that my client posted that on Instagram? He said, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. He said, is this the only post that you looked at? He said, yes. They said, do you know anything about Tory posting that he doesn't run his social media? He said, no. So they pulled up a screenshot from Instagram.
Yeah, my humble opinion. A lot of y'all don't know Rena, man, but I'm here to tell y'all she been rocking with us for a whole minute. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't see her in the chat all the time, you know what I'm saying? She most definitely be deep in the comments under videos and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out for Rena for pulling up. But yeah, man, she been rocking with us for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? You.
And I don't know if you guys here are familiar with Mid Jordan, but Mid Jordan is a photographer for Tory. I don't know all of what he does, but I do know that he does that. He takes dope ass pictures. Mid actually went on social media and said verbatim, I'm the only person with access to Tory's account. Y'all want to believe all kind of shit so bad. I'm the only one with access. They said, do you?
Yeah, they kind of got into it, uniquely designed. And Tory and Megan got into it to where he spilled the beans about him, you know what I'm saying, basically having some form of a relationship with Kelsey. And Kelsey was upset because she didn't know that Tory was having, well, allegedly she didn't know that he was having relations with Megan. So yeah, Tory kind of made the situation messy. Woo.
You see what Mid Jordan said? He said yes. And they said, do you see that Tory Lanez liked the post? Yes. They said, did you look into any other posts by Tory? He said no. They said, do you know who controls Tory's accounts? No. They said, did you try to find out? No. They said, why not? They said, because I didn't think it was relevant. They say, ain't it your job to look into things and investigate? He said, yes. He said, so couldn't you have checked the IP address? He said, you know what an IP account, an IP is, right? The man said, yeah, I do know what it is. He said, so couldn't you have seen who posted that by trying to trace the location or anything? Like, did you see who posted it? Yeah, cheers. He said, no. They said, why didn't you feel that it was relevant per the...
Nah, Tory, hold on.
He going, when I
Tory
say
Lord
he ate his
crazy.
ass up, he was eating his ass up. I don't know what Armenians like to eat, but that nigga was feasting on that ass. He was. And it was going back and forth just like that. And he was giving him that energy. It wasn't even no didn't. The way I'm saying it, he ain't said like
Not
that.
the saddle head, Mr.
Why didn't
Nita.
you feel the need to investigate? Isn't
She
it your
said a
job to
saddle
investigate?
head. Oh
Like, he
my
was being short
goodness.
with that
Let's
shit.
go, Mr. Nita.
So he said, why didn't you feel like it was relevant per the task given? No. I'm sorry. They said,
Yeah,
did
we
you
heard
see
that,
who posted
Raina.
this? He said no. And he said, why? The man answered and said, I didn't feel that it was relevant per the task given. They said, oh, what task were you given? He said, to see who said it. He said, no, you're supposed to tell us that he did. They said, are you neutral? He said, yeah. They said, are you trying to help detect police officer Stogner? He said, no. He said, you got this 2 days ago and you were sent here to tell us who wrote this, but you don't know who wrote it? He said, yeah. Okay. He said, I'm done. They do a redirect. They said, were you here to say that Tory wrote that? And he said, that's not why I'm here. He said, did you ask for any other messages or posts? He said, no. They said, we done with your ass. Get the fuck up off the stand. That was the damn detective's testimony about his lackluster ass performance when it came to researching what the fuck the prosecution thought was going to be another nail in the coffin. So then we pulled up Stacey Vandershaft. Stacey Vandershaft is a criminalist who focuses on trace analysis. So this is the woman they brought in as the gunshot residue expert. She stated that somebody could get gunshot residue on them if they're within at least 18 feet of the gun going off, 18 feet, or being touched and all that kind of shit like that. And then she went over in great detail, gunshot residue, how it works, what she does when she's breaking it down, and the software that they have, and a very knowledgeable woman about that. And so she went over all of that. They said, what's the furthest that you've seen particles travel? She said, studies have been done, and the max that I've read, per my knowledge, is 18 feet. They said, your work here, what did you do? She said, I examined 3 gunshot residue kits. For Kelsey, only 3. Megan was never tested. Kelsey, yeah. Kelsey, Tory, and Jaquan. They said, was Daystar Peterson sample positive? She said, yes. They said, was Kelsey's gunshot residue report, was it positive? Yes. Yes. It was on her hands. They confirmed that Kelsey had gunshot residue on her hands. I want to tell you something. Huh? Yeah. What I want to tell you is the defense and their cross. I don't know what happened, but they had a moment to do something that just would have really, really, really set the shit off. And I don't know if they can bring her back. I don't know. When that man that is representing Tory got up there, he asked a really good question. He said, are you aware that people in your profession can count the particles, and we can basically quantify who would essentially have more gunshot residue on them than someone else? She said, yes, I'm aware of that. They said, does the person who shoots the gun have more residue on them? She said, basically, yes. They said, this man said, who had more gunshot residue on them? She said, I need to refer to my notes. Can I do that? For whatever fucking reason, he went to something else and she never answered the question. We do not know.
She would be a great reporter if she didn't do so much cutting.
That was the opportunity to get a fucking answer. That was like the best fucking question in the world. I don't understand why he deviated from that. I don't know. You know, I'm sure there's a rhyme and a reason, but I would have let that girl look in that damn notebook like she was doing. She said, let me look. Let her look and let her tell you who had more. The fuck? But we never got a fucking answer. Never. So they said, you took a sample from her hand. Is it possible that Kelsey could have shot that gun and that Tory ran over to try to stop her and that he could have gotten gunshot residue on him? She said, yes, that is possible. Absolutely.
Did y'all hear that?
They
You know what I'm saying? Did y'all hear that? They said, is it possible that, look how the academics looking where I froze him at. Yeah, like, what? Hold up. Kelsey, what? Yeah, man. We've been all feeling like Kelsey had a little bit more to do with this whole situation. And whoop, won't you look at this? Well, would you look at this? You know what I'm saying? Evidently, somebody in that courtroom feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because they just asked, it be possible for Tory to get gun residue on his hands, you know what I'm saying, after Kelsey fired the gun. They said yes. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's getting deep. Yeah, I'm looking like DJ Academics right now, like, what? Oh man, no, they didn't say that in court. Oh, yes, they did.
Was there any gunshot residue on Jaquan? She said no. No. All right. They said in most cases, you know, do you get a property report that just outlines certain things? And she said, I do sometimes, for the most part, get these property reports, but I do not get to look at investigative reports and all that kind of stuff. She said, my job is to find out about this residue, then the science behind it. It's not my job to look over reports and do all of that shit. And so they said, did you get one in this case? She said, no. Then we go into the cross. They said, did you talk about and go up? They talked to her about going over the reports and the analysis. They said, do you have any knowledge of blood trails? And they tried to object, but they said, no, let her answer. She said, actually, that's one of the things I was doing before I got into this. She said, I did have to do work about blood trails and stuff like that. Not extensively, but she did. And so they said the placards would show when they place them, when police place them, it would be able to outline the trail. It's supposed to show.
Ain't no telling you, Nicky Lee design.
Yeah, essentially, that's what it's going to show you. Which he left it there, but if we go back, we never got a blood trail. Those police officers put interview cards right there on the ground and showed us one picture of blood. And they outlined the first day that they could not confirm a blood trail at all. They did not label it properly. They have no evidence of that or anything. More sloppy detective work from the LAPD. So they said, did you get a property report in this case? And she said, maybe.
This dang
for whatever reason, I did not make a copy. I didn't find it valuable to me to make a copy of it. So I don't have a copy. If I got one, then it was with the information and I, sent it back the way I would do it regardless. And so they say, okay. After that, they were done asking questions from her. And he said,
Millie
he
got
said,
some
we
trash
done with this
internet.
for the day. He said, we are more or less on track.
Her internet be acting like mine, y'all.
This Friday or Monday.
Wow. Why so quick? I thought Tory was possibly trying to call Kylie, was trying to call Corey Gamble, was trying to call Sean Kelly, and maybe even in a week.
If you missed that, y'all, they said that court could potentially end Friday or Monday. Well, we know today was Friday and they were still going, and we're gonna get into that in a second. You know what I'm saying? But so it's looking like Monday could be the end of the trial, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Monday could be the last day. But I'm wondering if whoever shot her in the, how was she able to stand up and walk? Well, they didn't break any bones, Mr. Nita. So basically, all she had was some fragments in in her foot. So she was still able to walk because they didn't break nothing or damage nothing. You know what I'm saying? But basically, she did have, you know what I'm saying, bullet fragments in her foot. So, as long as they didn't break her toes or break her foot, you know what I'm saying, she would have been still able to walk as she did. Now, she was limping backwards, you know what I'm saying, when they told her to get out the vehicle before she laid on the ground. She was limping a little bit, and it's undeniable that it was something in her foot. May not have been a bullets, you know what I'm saying? May have been some glass or something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Don't get me to line up here, but she most definitely appeared to have something. Whether it was a graze den. I hear you, Mr. Nita. Let's go, Mr. Nita. Turn up. Yeah, all right. Let's let him finish talking, y'all.
Weird, and maybe he would testify himself.
The longest person
Are they really
was Kelsey, because of the way that went. On day one, we got through 5 fucking people. And today we got through 3. We got 4 maybe. 4. Kelsey, the detective, the lady, so maybe 3. So if they keep on pace at this point without the kind of quote unquote hostility and the not remembering shit and all that, then we could actually get through quite a bit. We start on time, finish it, get those people in, and I feel like we could be done. They do their closing. What else we got to talk about? They don't have no more evidence. I mean,
well, we got to get to closing. We got to get to Tory's people, and now we got to I saw that Detective Stogner could be testifying, so we got to get to the detective.
But he could.
The Detective Stogner, possibly. Corey Gamble, possibly. Mm-hmm. Sean Kelly, possibly. And then here's the thing. I was talking to Lawyers for Workers. He said I don't know. I got to talk to him again. Maybe his mind changed. But after yesterday, he thought that Tory should testify to just really nail this home. But I think not. But maybe he does. If he does, I can't see him. He's probably going to be up there a while.
I don't know if it's a good idea for him to get up there. But if he would be balanced and if he would speak to certain things and tell the truth about it and just be clear and concise, it could work in his favor. It could. If he got up there and said, I was wrong for sleeping with those 2 women and then doing that and bringing that up. And if he maybe, went maybe that way, maybe. But I don't know if that's the best idea.
Drive the narrative back to what the defense opening was.
Hey, Blocks, let me answer you real quick. Check this out, Blocks. Nobody in the vehicle, including the driver, nobody but Megan heard anything about Dansby. Nobody. Except her. She was the only one that heard that. Nobody else heard that part. Megan just threw that in. That's what she just threw that part in there. But yeah, nobody has testified to hearing Dansby besides Megan. One, you know what I'm saying, that has said anything about that being said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real talk. I wonder why them girls from Texas didn't just whoop that little man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Your guess is as good as mine. I heard it on a door recording. Well, in the courtroom, you know what I'm saying, as far as all of the days that we've been covering this, nobody has testified to hearing Dan and said, that's all I'm saying. I don't know if you heard it on a door recording or whatever the case may have been, but in court, nobody has confirmed that was ever said. You know what I'm saying? Tory don't testify. Do not do it. Don't get up there and let him say, yeah, real talk. And 9 times out of 10, he probably won't. You know what I'm saying? Most defendants don't testify. You know what I'm saying? When they go to court, the lawyers really advise you. You know what I'm saying, that to do. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he will, maybe he won't, but I doubt it, Rena. uniquely designed on. Maybe I thought he was going to headbutt them. Y'all is crazy.
Thing that my client's only guilt is that, you know, he was probably not the best of man in terms of dealing with two women and being truthful, and maybe he was playing them against each other. But when it came to violence, my client was not a violent individual that night. If Tory gets up there and delivers a testimony like that, which would obviously have to hinge on what happened when he showed up at the party, what'd you see, what happened in the car, what escalated the argument, why did you, if you ever did get out the car, why did you get out the car? Why did the women get out the car? Where there's a fight? Did you try to break up the fight? Were you inciting the fight? Were you part of the fight? I think all these things are really important. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If I'm scoring this again, I keep saying like a boxing match. I think Tory's up too much.
It's too much doubt
to do it.
Believe what you want to believe. It's too much doubt. It wouldn't be reasonable.
It's too much doubt. Again, I went into all of this by saying this. Do people care about who really pulled the trigger, or do people care about if this is a good case? Those are two different things. We might never know who pulled the trigger, but this case is trash.
This is one of the sloppiest things I've ever seen in my fucking life. For people to supposedly have so much money and have so much backing, and to have so, like, just supposed to be these bomb ass lawyers and all that. This was sloppy as fuck.
Hey, put it like this, and salute to Tory's lawyer. I'm probably fucking up his last name, Medeshin or whatever his name is. But hey, put it like this: if you're gonna bring up somebody's social media post, especially this last minute, and by the way, it was probably not in discovery or whatever the case, but you're bringing it up now. You know what? You know what? Me as a defense attorney is gonna know. You haven't hit Instagram with a subpoena to actually get record of, okay, when was this posted? What's the IP on it? And that's why they just shredded that detective or whoever it was. Hey, you're basically acting like somebody who's a commenter on the Shade Room or Academics page, and you're acting like whatever you see, you're going on face value. That don't work in a court. That's bullshit.
It does not work.
Everything. What I'm hearing, great desperation.
That's exactly what it is.
Desperation. It's sad.
And y'all just gave him this 2 days ago. That's last minute effort shit. And he didn't even seek out any other information. And he literally said that wasn't the task I was given.
Hey, desperation, but also I'm telling you, put it like this. I guarantee when talking about the anything that was contradictory when it came to the Gayle King interview, or maybe the live that Meg did, or even the live that Kelsey did, I'm guaranteed they didn't play that in full. If I'm Tory's lawyer, I would say, listen, why do we have to play the entire 80-minute clip of her talking to the prosecutors? We should find the relevance in it, and then we should play that. Because y'all didn't play the whole thing where, everybody's being performative before we get in court. And also for everybody, again, you are talking to law enforcement, or, you're talking to the prosecutor, or maybe a detective, but you're not under oath. So again, you're going off your memory. Again, as long as you're not planning and making an effort to lie to the detectives, if you didn't remember, you're not going to be charged for your statements. It's not the same thing as what could happen in a court of law when it comes to perjury, where it's like, hey, if your memory is hazy, don't make it up. You know what I mean? So I'm now wondering, hey, listen, the prosecutor is desperate. They're trying to get 80 minutes of audio. So think about tomorrow when you go in. 80 minutes of audio, we got to listen to this bullshit? Right. Nah. Tory's lawyers got to this up a little bit. But I don't think Tory takes a stand at all. Fuck that. You don't take a stand.
They'll do what they want to do, but I don't think they need to.
This case,
don't fuck it up.
Ain't that what I just said? 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, Tory won't take the stand. You know what I'm saying? As we hear both of them going back and saying, hey, Tory, you ahead too much. to even jeopardize it by going up there and taking the stand. Just let it be what it be. You know what I'm saying? Their evidence is weak. They really got nothing on you. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's looking like more of Kelsey, you know what I'm saying, than Tory. But at the same time, you never can be too sure. You know what I'm saying? I like to hinge on this, what I heard when they said that it seems like hip-hop music is condoning violence against women, and that's about it. That may sway this case just a little bit the other way, just to try to make an example out of Tory so they can make the statement that they don't, you know what I'm saying, condone violence against women, if that make any sense to anybody. But from what I've heard so far, you know what I'm saying, they really have nothing just concrete on Tory right now. You know what I'm saying? From what I've heard so far, through covering this case from day 1 to day 5, you know what I'm saying, with the stuff that she's been presented to us from court, it ain't looking good for the prosecution right now. Just being honest, y'all.
If anything, that prosecutor should be thinking like this: we lost this bitch, but we tight. So if anything, we gonna try to get everybody on some perjury charges because something fucked up.
Yeah.
They sent us on a dummy mission. We look stupid as the district attorney's office for LA County. What the fuck did you go in court where Megan said she's selective? She's not really doing what she needs. I mean, she did do enough, but again, she didn't see shit, or really, it's not even what Meg said in court, it's what Meg said out of court. Meg gave so much caveats on social media, you couldn't use her as the strongest witness. She's not an eyewitness. She's just she's a material witness and also the victim. Now you got Kelsey. Kelsey's supposed to be the eyewitness. She's supposed to be the star. Oh, I seen Tory pull a gun. I was telling him, yo, chill. Listen, after he shot her and he was walking up, I jumped in between them. He punched me in my face. Kelsey comes and says, Cap, that never happened. And if I told y'all that, y'all is because y'all were pressuring me because really, y'all want to get Tory.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Tory.
Yeah.
Right, academics, right.
Vote, once this goes to the jury, who could vote that this is 12 people that's going to say Tory guilty? What the fuck? I'm telling you, I guarantee the DA at this point is only looking for, hey, who's gonna perjure themselves.
It's over.
This is over. And by the way, at this point,
y'all know what perjury, you know what I'm saying? Perjury means that this could all fall back on Megan. You know what I'm saying? She could potentially be held on perjury and go to jail herself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying the other day, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone. You know what I'm saying? Whether she was hurt or upset behind Tory, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, you know, what else that's just some personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's something she's just gonna have to deal with. But to take this man all the way to court, you know what I'm saying, put him in front of a jury, waste the court time, waste the DA time, waste the attorney's time, you know what I'm saying, with some bull, hey man, ain't looking good for her at all. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with academics, man. It could most definitely, if he's found not guilty, be some perjury charges coming up real soon, and that's not looking good for Megan. Yeah, we seen the interview with Gayle King, Rena, you know what I'm saying, where she was dropping those fake tears, and then she got in the courtroom and started doing it again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying, who shot Megan, but I'm just saying from what I'm hearing from court right now, I still don't know who shot Megan, and I know that the jury don't either. You hear me? And I know that y'all are confused too. We all confused because this ain't making no sense. You know what I'm saying? They just going in circles. Correct. Both ladies may catch a charge. Absolutely not uniquely designed. They gave Kelsey immunity. You know what I'm saying? Which means she can't be brought up on nothing. You know what I'm talking about? That's why she was able to plead the fifth, you know what I'm saying, the other day in court. So if anybody is looking to get in trouble right now for some perjury charges, it's Megan. You know what I'm saying? Megan is the one who took this to court. Megan is the one that they consider wasting the court's time. You know what I'm talking about? So it's all falling on Megan. Kelsey got nothing to worry about. She made sure she had nothing to worry about from the beginning, from the first day she took the stand. She made sure that they told that's granted immunity. You know what I'm saying? To where nothing that she said could be used against her in court or outside of court, and they wouldn't be bringing her up on any more charges for anything. So she ain't got to worry about no perjury. She ain't got to worry about nothing. She good. It's Megan that should be worried. You know what I'm saying? Because she is the one that's appearing right now to be wasting the court's time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you though.
All we finna do is I guess going to overtime and Tori gets more points, because I mean they gonna reiterate and speak to EJ gonna come and speak to Megan's attitude. Corey can come and speak to why in the hell people got put out. So this is just that's the nail in the coffin with these witnesses.
This shit is sad. This shit is sad, and unfortunately, I think the prosecutor is gonna be mad at the fact that they're gonna be mad at Kelsey and Tori. No, not Kelsey and Tori. Kelsey and Meg. They're gonna look at Meg and say, "Meg, why you ain't tell us?
Yeah,
there's this much holes. Why?
What's up, Mike
Why
Martin?
did you
Man,
basically act
right.
like we could have probably won this shit?"
salute,
right.
And I'm pretty
Mike
sure,
Martin.
a lot of people are thinking like, my man Rocco Hunter, he actually says that Meg's gonna be charged.
Right.
No way. You look too crazy. You can't charge.
Now what happens? Megan
Like,
might not
how
get
are you
charged, but when Tori walks away from this, because that's what I'm manifesting. Let's talk about the lawsuit that should come after that. Let's talk about defamation. Let's talk about all these outlets and what they said about him. Let's talk about the bias and the prejudice.
Hey, unfortunately, I think because at the end of the day, the judge is going to still rule that no matter what happened, even if Tori is wrongly accused, Meg is still a victim. And because Meg is still a victim, I don't think that there will be nothing punitive happen to her. The only thing that will happen to her is that people will believe her less because she got up on Instagram and said, "Tori shot me and I want to see that bitch ass nigga beneath the jail." So you have the court
of public opinion.
It was really, you know what I'm saying, instead of shot her, Megan really wanted to jump on Instagram and say, "Tori slept with my best friend and I want to see that nigga up under the jail." You know what I'm saying? Because this is what it sounded like. It's really sounding like Meg is bitter. You know what I'm saying? She is mad. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just like being in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, as a male with a female or a female with a male, to where they found out you done did something you didn't have no business and they revengeful. You know what I'm saying? This is a revenge trial, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? She put him up there in the front of the public, put him on display, you know what I'm talking about, and basically wanted everything to go her way. Count on was, hey, this is a court of law. You know what I'm saying? We don't go by what you say. We go by what you can prove. And if you can't prove and say that he definitely shot you, and none of your witnesses can come up and say he definitely shot you, then we can't say that he definitely shot you. So what it's looking like is that Megan, this is a revenge trial. You know what I'm talking about? She was trying to get that man locked up for basically sleeping with her friend, and she didn't like that. Not so much of shooting her in the foot, you know what I'm saying, but basically for sleeping with her homegirl behind her back, you know what I'm saying, and then throwing it up in her face, you know what I'm talking about, as a way to, you know what I'm saying, make her feel bad. And it worked. And she tried to take him to court, y'all. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Run it through your own brain. Think about your own relationships, or think about somebody else's relationship that you have seen go down the same rabbit hole. But not as far as take it to court, but as far as being mad and being bitter and being scorned, wanting to see you because they feel you did them bad. So now they going to do you bad. Y'all know how it go. We all grown in here. Let's not pretend like we ain't never seen this happen before. Now, what we ain't seen is people trying to take people to court for no reason and just throw some charges on them. You know what I'm saying? But we've all seen, you know what I'm saying, relationships go south before, you know what I'm saying? And on either side, male or female, the other spouse get mad, you know what I'm saying, and throw a temper tantrum.
The court of public opinion. Those people will, they'll vote with their, lack of support or their voice to say, hey, we're not fucking with Meg. But I'm just thinking about Meg being a victim. The DA looks crazy already. The DA's not going to fuck with that. And by the way, if Tori brought, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Tori's bringing any civil suits. I think if Tory brings a civil suit, it will almost look, it will look a little bit away. And unfortunately, we live in a country where a man could be accused of whatever for 2 years, and you could have your career threatened. You could have your livelihood taken away from you. And if you end up being found not guilty, you better be just happy that you're not in jail. There's no punitive action. If you sue Meg, they're going to look at you and be like, well, she's still a victim. You're still a piece of shit. You didn't do enough to protect us.
Like it's
I don't think nothing comes out of that.
That's an interesting perspective. Okay. I feel like he should sue the shit out of all of them. I won't give a fuck what they said. Run me my fucking money for almost 3 years of playing with my motherfucking name.
Goodness gracious, potty mouth lady. Golly.
They had cut out a little bit. No, I was just saying, that's an interesting perspective. But I would come after all their asses. After almost 3 years of playing on my motherfucking name, you hoes gonna give me at least $1. Hell no. I'll be right on her ass. Yeah, fuck that.
I agree.
But I can also
agree.
see the benefit in wanting to be done with this shit and just bye, bitch. I'm over it. Bye. I don't want to be close to it anymore.
Hey, I agree. Listen, I think Tory has an amazing case for lost wages. It's just that, put it like this: how does it play, whether in court or how does it play in actual, society? Again, if this was Meg doing something to Tory, Meg's career wouldn't have got canceled. Tory's did. So if we're thinking that if he sues Meg or he sues Rock Nation, people are going to be rooting for him.
Hey, Bob, blogs, absent. He says, let's see what he talking about. He says, hold on, bro. So Megan shot herself in the foot because Lanes was sleeping with her friend. No, I can't buy that one either. Megan still got shot. Who shot her? See, that's the point, though, blocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she shot herself in the foot. No, nobody's saying that she shot herself. You know what I'm saying? If she was shot, somebody most definitely shot her. What I'm saying is she don't know which, like you saying, who shot her. That's what we saying. She don't know who shot her, and all signs are pointing to Kelsey and not Tory. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? All signs is looking like really Tory ain't the one that shot her. You know what I'm saying? Is that Kelsey got into it, and for Kelsey to get Megan to back up off of her, she shot her in the foot. You know what I'm saying? But instead of saying that Kelsey did it, Megan tried to blame it on Tory, and that's not the case. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? She might be a victim, but he didn't make her one. He should file a civil suit already. Yeah, Tory better sue the draws off her. Bro, bag stained his image already. But that was messed up. If her best friend slept with the guy that was tapping her, they were both sleeping with him. You know what I'm saying? And he just basically put them both out there. So now, blogs, I'm not saying that she shot herself. I'm saying one of them most definitely did it, but it's looking like it wasn't Tory that did it, which makes Megan be a lie, because she's been saying this whole time Tory did it. But all the facts in the case that are coming out right now is really looking like her and Kelsey got into an altercation over Tory. You know what I'm saying? And Kelsey might have been the one that pulled the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Remember, in court, all you have to do is cast reasonable doubt. And at this moment, if we still are wondering who did it, you know what I'm saying, they can't come up with who did it, and it's already in trial day 4 or 5, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure the jury is feeling the same way we feeling, to where they like, dang, we don't know what to believe. And that right there is what reasonable doubt is.
It won't be as much people as I think that people were, again, people thought this was the issue they could hang their hat on to say, hey, we don't support Black women being, hurt. And nobody does.
Right.
Even me, I don't support that. But people thought this was the quintessential case to say, yo, a Black woman got hurt and we're going to make sure justice is served. Now that everybody's seeing, oh, maybe it's not as simple as we thought, everybody's backing up. You get what I mean? And unfortunately, I think if Tory does want some type of, action where he could probably get, compensated for what he's lost, they're still going to look at him and be like, well, she was hurt. And
Yeah,
that's
you know
just a reality of society.
how
We
shit
all
goes.
got to deal with it.
You know how shit goes. I just
Yeah.
I think that if Kelsey would have gotten up there and said he did this to me, he did that, then I think that would have been it. If Kelsey would have said, I sent these pictures to Megan because Tori abused me, and if she would have testified the way they thought she was, I could see that fucking jury trying to convict my boy. But at this point, bitch, please. Done.
Yeah. 100%. And by the way, I do believe that I thought Tori was gonna take the stand, but just because Kelsey was gonna say some shit, I'm like, yo, you can't find the driver, and you got the only two people that they can find saying you did something or they believe you did something, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be fighting right now. Shut up and laugh at the prosecutor for fumbling.
Exactly, my humble opinion.
After
They
all of the
did.
money that has gone into the press, up like, oh yeah, protect black women with Malcolm X playing in the back and all this other bullshit. Y'all done did all of this shit to get here all this time later and not be prepared. This is some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I heard that, you know, Kathy Ty, of course this is a rumor and speculation, but I heard that she was given this case and did not even want it. That everybody is whispering about how this case was a setup from the jump and it was never solid. They said that nobody want this fucking case. I could never, you know, confirm that, but you know, I feel like that's fucking interesting. I can see it. They over there fighting for their lives. They're
Okay.
drowning.
Okay, so we're looking at tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are looking at what is it? So after tomorrow, we're looking at possibly Monday and maybe Tuesday. We could probably be at deliberation for possible verdict.
As we were closing, said we are more or less on track with this, and we could quite possibly be concluding Friday or Monday. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I think that the general tone for Kelsey, they want to play this interview of Kelsey. I feel very, you know, confident in the fact that they tired of her ass. I don't think anybody want to see Kelsey no damn more. After 2 days of dealing with that circus, don't nobody want to sit there and listen to that shit.
Let me ask you a question. Is Kelsey returning tomorrow or is she
told her
dismissed?
There is a remote chance that we'll call you back. You might have to. He said, but it's a very remote chance. You are done here. Thank you. She was dismissed and got the fuck up out of Kelsey. Cannot get up out of there fast enough. So I highly doubt that she'll come back on the stand.
Wow.
Yeah, because all she gonna do is plead the fifth again. You know what I'm saying?
This is interesting.
So,
I like this so
she
far.
probably won't be back.
I like this. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the whole
being
thing?
On the winning team.
Hey, you know, some people are gonna look at it and be like, well, you know, there are people who are biased, right? And I know I can speak for myself if anyone who's ever thought I was biased or people think I'm biased. Now, I don't ever believe I was ever biased. I was always trying to objectively point out some facts that may not be for a slam dunk case or may not be for a slam dunk narrative. And when I was saying these things, everybody said, the only reason why you pointing this out is because you're riding Tori's dick or whatever the case is. And I'm like, when y'all see this case and you're seeing it in court, don't like we all I get this whole believe women and whatever, and it should just be one-sided. But if you just seen a case where you guys hated anybody who dissented with anything that was opposed to whatever y'all want to believe, now this case looks so crazy. Ain't it probably a little cause for y'all that in other situations in the future, just chill the fuck out and wait to see what's up?
Absolutely.
Give it a second.
If they ain't learned nothing else from 2022, do not be Megan Thee Stallion or Amber Heard. Don't do it. Don't do it.
What do you think she's coming across like Amber Heard? I know there's no video. Amber Heard, it was full video. We watching all the sniffles, the fake cries, like, you know what I mean, the orchestrated bullshit.
You know, I'm in the hallway, you know, with the people there, and she was compared to Amber Heard multiple times. People compared it multiple times and said, you know, with the sound and the crying and the, you know, animations and the back and forth, and then comparing the fact that, damn, but I thought that this was so solid. You know, like bitches came in confident and it's been this and it's been that, only to get in there and, you know, have a nigga looking like Johnny Depp. This shit a fucking fool. And the next black woman is gonna have a harder time. The next black woman that needs justice may not get it.
True.
And that is the most unfortunate thing. And what black people need to do is stop. And I understand what you mean when you say a black woman says something, and then we should stand for that. When a black woman and a black man get into something, these are two people from our community. What we need to stop doing is feeling like we have to choose between our own. We need to wait and see. That's what we need to do. We don't need to immediately believe a black woman just because she's black, and we don't need to immediately believe a black man just because he's black. And a woman's voice, it should not mean more than a man's. It needs to be balanced.
I think this case is kind of helping us maybe see that. You know, I'm a dude, so I can't do that, and obviously you're a woman, so it means more when you say it. And, you know, obviously, you know, for someone like me, I definitely empathize with a lot of struggles that women go through. But we are in a situation now where, you know, like there's so many stories and so many situations where just because one gender said something over the other gender, sometimes like you gotta look at the details of the case. It's the details of the, you get what I mean? Again, in certain situations, it might be like, yo, fuck this dude. This dude is an abuser.
Yeah.
And we got to get out of it. But in some cases, if we're seeing it's two different, it was always night and day. It was never like
that's a fact.
It was always night and day. It was night and day. And all I remember getting vilified for saying, let's wait and see. What is so bad? I used to argue in DMs with beautiful black women and be like, yo, listen, let's just wait and see. They're like, why don't you believe?
All right, y'all. So they basically ran out of time right then. I gotta switch it over real quick. Yeah, but we far from done, man. So from what y'all hearing so far, you know what I'm saying? What y'all thinking? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all feeling like me? Or y'all feeling differently? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling about all of this? You know, basically they just saying that it's looking real bad for Meg right now. You know what I'm saying? If I do say so myself, it's looking real bad for Megan right now at this point, y'all. You know, she basically came back again, you know what I'm saying, to finish up with what she had to say before. So y'all already know what it is. We're going to get into this one too, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to cover. You know what I'm saying? A little time to cover it in. So, you know what I'm saying? This is part 2 of what we just watched, you know what I'm saying, after they had ended that segment, because when you're on IG, you know what I'm talking about, you only get to record for an hour and then it kick you out. So she came back with the rest of her little stuff that she had to say. So let's check her out, man. Shout out to everybody that's still awake out there. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you stepping on that like button. If you're watching from the bushes, you know what I'm saying, from the bleachers, you know what I'm talking about, and you're not subscribed over here, subscribe to the channel, man. Also hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And if you over here, you know what I'm saying, and you like the content that you be receiving when you come over here, you know what I'm saying, get you a membership, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get you a membership, because it's already apparent, or it should be, the Scale Gang ain't going nowhere, man. We here to stay. You know what I'm talking about? And when we rock these late night lives, just remember, nobody style, stepping on nobody's toes, you know what I'm saying? Because we started this. I'm just saying, though, you know what I'm talking about? Shut all the way up, Zip. Zip it. I hear you. But let's go, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She finishing out. After she finishes out, right, moving into day 5, which was Friday, which was yesterday earlier, you know what I'm saying, and find out what happened in the courtroom as of yesterday. But right now we wrapping up day 4. Shout out to everybody who's still in here rocking, man. I know it's late, but hey, man, if you be up anyway, hey, man, I'm your late night entertainment for the night.
Y'all know how that hour do. I be done forgot what I was saying so fast, but I remember. Where is the motherfucking reminder that your ass finna get the fucking beat? Hey, mother. And where's Key and Rennie and Danish and Landon? Hold on. You know it cut off after that of the hour. I hate the 1 hour mark with no notification. The fuck? We having a Daystar streaming party today, nigga. Period. But let me tell you what I was finna tell academics, because I don't know where he at. It's a blur. Let me tell you something. What I was about to say was, they can't find the driver, child. They can't find the driver. So
They
what I was
can't
about to
find
say
the
before I got
driver.
cut
You know what I'm
off.
saying? If you was looking for the driver to take the stand, whoever was driving the truck that night, because I remember they came up the other day. Somebody asked me about the driver. Well, she just told y'all they can't find him. Yeah, he done went into hiding. He don't want no parts of all this mess.
Was that Megan always talking about, you know, I'm from Houston and I'm from here go academics. So tell them what the fuck I said. Hold on. Let me tell you what I was gonna tell you before I forget, because I be high. I be forgetting. What I was gonna tell you is when people have asked me, because I said that, you know, I've gotten villainized for saying that I don't believe things happen the way she says they happen. When people say, well, why you don't think that? Megan say, I'm from Houston, I'm from the South, I'm from South Park and all this other shit. My birth certificate say Harris County. My mama birth certificate say Harris County. My granny birth certificate say Harris County. This to me means that I get to say I am from Houston, Texas. I get to say it and can't nobody contradict me. I don't have no little family, you know, so my family, you know, people know who the fuck my people are. Don't nobody got to ask where the fuck I went to school at. Everybody know. Neighborhood, my people grew up in the same neighborhood since my granny was 14 years old. So my whole motherfucking point is the reason why I could sit up and say I don't think shit happened how she said and I ain't running with it, because I know bitches like you from where you say you from. I'm from there. I'm not running with what a bitch say. I know bitches just like you that don't like the way that some shit went down. And so you feel like, okay, well, yeah. And I'm going to say what I want to say. And it happened like that. You going to leave out what you want. I know bitches, they do exist. Bitches do be lying. Not all of them. But I'm not running with a motherfucking thing somebody say. Once again, I am so sorry to any woman who has never had a black man that's made her feel good. That don't have to be a nigga you fucking. That could be a brother. That could be a cousin. Whoever. But stop sitting up here feeling like you need to be pitted against a fucking black man and tell a black man down and want him to go to jail. Y'all be sounding so fucking crazy to me. We supposed to fuck with our people, men and women. We wouldn't be here without niggas, and they wouldn't be here without us. And I am so sorry to anyone. So I just personally feel like, yeah, look at the facts and wait for shit to come out.
I agree.
You know, and see what's up.
I agree. I know you've probably been going through hell because they're probably looking at you like, damn, you from with Megan, why you not fucking with her? Why you not this? Yeah. Why Tori? You a woman.
You know, I'm going through bliss because I don't give a fuck about nothing they ass say. But they do sit up on the internet all day with that bullshit. And I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. And at the end of the day, the only thing I'm gonna take away from this is that I think I might want some dick that when the nigga stop fucking with me, that I may want that nigga to go to jail. I think I want some dick like that. That when a nigga just stop fucking with me, we get into it, that I just don't even want to see him.
That's exactly what I said a while ago. As the meaning behind this whole trial, you know what I'm saying, is because, you know what I'm saying, he basically, you know, was sleeping with her friend. That's exactly what this woman just said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying though.
I want to see his dick now.
Hold on. You definitely don't want him to fuck Kylie Jenner after you. Like, no way.
It don't have to be him in particular. But I'm just trying to see something. Like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, not to just be flipping about it, but this shit ridiculous. This shit ridiculous. Sick over it. We need to get this verdict and shit. Get into Gunna them. I want to get into YSL and show me some more shit now.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you this. If Gunna has to take the stand, I know you're gonna be there. I'm gonna have to show up too.
Now we talking about Gunna.
He better not get up there.
Not what I'm on. Let's see what else
Yeah,
we
my
talking
Tell me in the
about.
comments.
Definitely pin your Cash App. You know what I mean? They want to
She
search
talking
you
about
up too.
some money.
All right, hold up. I'm finna post it. That's it. That's all. I'm not mad about a motherfucking thing. I don't care. Next question.
Now they doing
Y'all.
question
You
and
see how
answer.
y'all give dead ass air?
All
I
right,
don't
so
even if I knew.
what we gonna do is, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna skip past the ending of that, you know what I'm saying, because they just doing commentary, question and answer. That ain't what we on, you know what I'm saying. We're on to the next thing. So now we're just gonna move into day 5, you know what I'm talking about, of this whole situation, because she just snapping and popping over here talking trash. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so we're gonna move into phase 2. This right here is just like a little 5-minute one. Let me skip over that one. And we're gonna go to when she was back at the house. All right, so this is for, we've moved along. Hey man, matter of fact, you know what I'm talking about? My head need to refill his coffee cup. Come back. You know what I'm talking about? We'll be moving into day 5, you know what I'm saying, of the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation. But let me take a small music break. Y'all know how I do over here, man. Y'all get y'all something to drink, you know what I'm saying, refill your cup, pop you some popcorn, fix you a sandwich, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do, and we'll be right back after this small music break. Let's go. Anna. Yeah. I ain't finna dance on Millie Rock. I'm a dope boy, why me bleed the block? Spray 100 rounds if I see the ops. Sold 100 grams, I ain't see the cop. I got that Anna Nicole. Hurry up and buy, cause you know that the bitch hot. Naked white bitch, that's a kilo.
All this ice on me Sub-Zero.
I get the money, I hustle a lot. Plug out the keys and he just made a drop. I'm living good, why the fuck would I stop? It's still showtime or I beat a little match. All of my niggas gon' work that stove. All my niggas got halves and hoes. All my niggas got hunters to blow.
Change the dope, treat the
I
trap
got
like
that
a
work on
stove.
the stove, whipping that Anna Nicole. 30 a block, that this how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for show. They shot with me cause my prices are low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that bag. Y'all lying, I'm stating facts. Real talk,
The city got
got
my
that work on the
back.
stove, whipping that Anna Nicole. 30 a block, that this how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for show. They shot with me cause my prices are low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that bag. Y'all lying, I'm stating facts.
Real talk, the city got my back.
Got a whole bell in the trap spot. Nigga come in, turn the door lock. Better watch the camera before you go out. Lounge posted up, man, it's so hot. All this grinning need a grow house. Playboy mansion, it's a whole house. Keep the white bitch like you hell.
We sell it all to the none left.
Whipping up O's in the red road. Soon as it dry, I'ma unload. I got the Anna they call cause they wanna. Straight out my hell trying to get to that money. Addicted to paper, them 50s and 100s. Still trying to do it, I've been there and done it. Trap phone ringing, that's a hotline. I'm trying to get a meal at least one time. I got that work on the stove, whipping that Anna Nicole. 30 a block, that just how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for show. They shot with me cause my prices are low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that bag. Y'all lying, I'm stating facts. Real talk, the city got my work on the stove, whipping that Anna Nicole. 30 a block, that just how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for show. They shot with me cause my prices are low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that bag. Y'all lying, I'm stating facts. Real talk, the city got my back. Me and Anna Nicole from the same place. Rolling on pills, that's an overdose. Stomach full of drugs, can't see straight. It's mad Texas, is what they hate. Driveway looking like a car lot. Boy, I pick one, then roll out. O1200 from the east side. Cadillac rolling, that's how we ride. Free Rip C, that's a coke plug. All my homies done sold drugs. Now we all straight, man, hold up. Said now we all straight, man, hold up. Anna Nicole in the pot and I whip it. I hit the road and went got me some riches.
Y'all niggas fake and be acting like bitches. Y'all niggas fake and be acting like bitches. I got that work on the stove, whipping that L on the cold. 30 a block, that's just how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for show. They shot with me cause my prices are low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that back. Y'all lying, I'm stating facts. Real talk, the city got my back. Go.
And we back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people still in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? I got that work on the stove, whipping that L in the cold. 30 a block, that's just how it go. Serving them fiends, I got it for low. Y'all shot with me cause my prices is low. Mr. Trapping all day for the stacks. Took a loss, I'ma make that back. Y'all lying and I'm stating facts. Real talk, the city got my back, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure y'all check out my playlist, All Dollars No Cents, man. You know what I'm saying? I really got some hot heat over there. What's up, Chris? You know what I'm saying? That girl Low Keys in the building. What's up, Low Keys? You know what I'm talking about? Got them keys for the low. You know what I'm saying? They ain't the only ones that go to the dough either. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. All right, so we got through day 4. You know what I'm saying? Now we on day 5. We finna find out what happened in the courtroom on day 5, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody still in the building, man. We up rocking late tonight. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Mahead's most definitely energized. You know, this usually be my dice game, but I skipped over it today. You know what I'm talking about? And we up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Miss Danita said, don't forget also would like to become a elite scale gang member, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, you know what I'm saying? And join the squad, man. Y'all know how it go, man. This is the place, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, with the giveaways, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, your memberships don't be in vain, you know what I'm saying? We most definitely gonna get back into doing those Friday giveaways, you know what I'm saying? So you most definitely want to get your membership so you'll be eligible to win, you know what I'm saying? The $25 cash giveaway on Fridays, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do over here, man. We most definitely got to give back to the people who give to us, you know what I'm talking about? If you want to be qualified, make sure you get your membership. If not, don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel by other means, Cash App, you know what I'm saying? The like button, you know what I'm saying? The subscribe, whichever one you want to be. But if you want to earn you some cash, you first got to spend a little cash because it take money to make money. I always remember that, man. All right, y'all. So we got through day 4. Now we on day 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right down off into it. Shout out to everybody that's still awake. Shout out to the people that love content. Y'all already know, but heck, got it for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this.
Off of you talking fast in a bitch. Whew. Oh, shit. What's up? Hey, twin. I'm finna tell y'all some shit. I need to do this. You was waiting on me? I want to say something. Earlier, I got on Twitter and I went off because I saw some different posts with some of the people who work for publications like New York Times and you know, LA Times, bitch, whoever, all these different motherfucking platforms, and people feeling like they are more credible, you know, than people like me. First of all, I don't give a fuck who you work for. Don't be mad at me because you got to clock in and you go write some shit and nobody reads that shit. That doesn't have anything to do with me. You not getting the attention that you so desire doesn't have a motherfucking thing to do with me. Okay? That doesn't have any. You take your palm up with your guard. Bitch, that don't have nothing to do with me. They sitting up here. See that?
Scoot that up.
Or did you blink like I blinked and did we miss it? Have you been present to hear the testimony? Or are you sitting on the sidelines getting fed something? And then y'all want to talk about bias. Doesn't Tamika Mallory, doesn't she have affiliations and ties to Rock Nation? So wouldn't you have a vested interest in supporting Megan Thee Stallion? Would that be true? So who the fuck do you think you be talking about when you acting like I'm biased about how I feel about whatever? You sound dumb.
Well, I can't cap. You know what I'm saying? You do be talking a lot of trash about
You really
me.
sound fucking stupid.
I ain't gonna
You're
lie to
affiliated
you,
with
old
Rock
girl.
Nation. You brought your ass up there with people from Rock Nation, didn't you? Weren't you sitting next to Desiree Perez? And you came in there when Megan came. You have been supportive of her. You feel like she got shot, and that is what you have maintained and gotten on your platforms, and that's what you have stood for, correct or incorrect? So you're talking to me for what? Oh, but you didn't talk to me. You had nothing to say to me. How many times did I walk past you? How many times did you look and shut the hell up? So at the end of the day, girl, I don't give a damn about you sitting up going to NBC or anybody else because you and whoever else feels a way that I'm getting a particular type of attention and you don't like it. See, what has happened is they, whoever the fuck, are upset that they're not the only ones able to sit up and relay information. That is what the issue is. So now that you have other people relaying information and other people listening and feeling a way about it and feeling moved and compelled to form an opinion that does not align with theirs, now they have a problem. Now, well, let's go ahead and talk to NBC about, you know what I'm saying, her spreading misinformation. Let's go pull up some old ass tweets and talk about it and run an article. Yo, run your article, mention my name, and help me get my verification check. Thank you. I don't give a fuck about what the fuck Tamika Mellon said.
Yes, ma'am, Rita. That's all she
Girl,
do.
fuck
Cuss.
you. Girl, the fuck. Now, anyway, let's get to it. I'm on a limited,
Let's get to it.
clock, bitch. We got a short amount of time.
Let's go.
So we about to get into
Let's
it, and I'm
get
gonna
it.
tell you some more shit.
We
And
about
if
to
you want to
get
get
into
your
day
news
5,
somewhere else,
y'all.
then take your ass up the road and go get it somewhere else. If
I'ma
you want to
get
go
it
to
from
Nancy
you.
Dillon or James Quilly or whoever the fuck you want to go to, and the craziest part is, I'm sitting right next to James Quilly as we sitting up in the courtroom, and he leaves the courtroom, and you called yourself trying to shade me, nigga? That's what you called yourself trying to do because you got called out? Is that what happened? Sit there like you was and shut the fuck up
Millie, I
some more.
thought we was
And take
getting
your little
into
notes
it.
and go about your
I
motherfucking
thought we
business.
was getting into
nigga.
it, Millie. Let's
What the
get
fuck
into
do we be talking
let's
about?
get into the trial.
Nothing.
Quit
Anyway,
fussing at people, girl.
let's get into
Goodness.
some
Let's
more
go.
shit. Day
Let's
5
go.
in purgatory. So
Day
we
5.
come in at
Let's rock.
10:30 a.m. The jury, first of all, they wasn't in there yet. So the courts were like, look, the jury needs to know and understand Kelsey's immunity deal, because we just personally do not feel like the jury got a full understanding of what the hell going on and what she agreed to and all this shit, so that they can properly assess the situation. And so the judge agreed with Tory people, and he just told them, look, submit the goddamn paperwork. And then there was an issue about, evidence that they had that they just felt like, look, y'all not following protocol. So that's like, what do you want us to do? The judge was like, what you want me to do? So he was like, eventually, because they went back and forth about that for a little while, we just gonna have to figure it out, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying? And he told them, y'all write something up and give it to me, and tell me how you feel, and da 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 da. Somebody just said something very important. Bitch, all y'all.
Oh, Jesus Christ, woman. Stop cussing so much. Golly. And let me say this also, y'all. Y'all know Mahel got a lot of haters, right? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know Mahel got a whole lot of haters. But tell me this, you know what I'm saying? I can't cap. What we've been covering in this trial has been very interesting to me. I can't speak for the rest of y'all, but y'all know how these haters do on this app. They act like everything that I display be so out of line, so boring, so this and that. If their favorite blogger present the same information, they'll be through there in the masses like it's the best stuff they ever heard. But hey, man, y'all know what it is. My hand complaining, my head just saying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the haters out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I would prefer all the haters to stay away from my channel. Don't ever come over here. I don't care if it's 90,000 people up in this bid. Don't you show your face, because Mahel I keep track of people who really rock with me and people who really don't. You know what I'm saying? I go on a whole blocking spree around this bid. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying though, but low key, you know what I'm saying? These people are so backwards and so haters. You know what I'm saying? So much of a haters. You know what I'm saying? They act like the only thing that go on YouTube is arguing, fussing, and cussing. Well, if that's your form of entertainment, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need support from people who really don't want to support me. That's why I don't be tripping. Facts, Mahel. But we still rocking, man. Y'all know we rocking like a cutout stocking. We rolling like 4 flats on a Cadillac. You know what I'm talking about? We rolling like a car on the highway with with no ties. You know what I'm saying? Rolling straight rims, shooting sparks out the side, and ain't worried about the laws or nobody else what they gotta say though. But I just wanted to say that. Evident it really is, and I want somebody to backdoor me with the same content, and we gonna see how many people actually flock to go listen to what they gotta say. They just be hating, man. You know what I'm saying? Haters, you know what I'm saying? Haters make my AR jack up. Denver Hair, Texas. Thank you for your content. I don't know who this chick is, but she do seem like a hothead. I haven't been in tune with the trial because Megan actually lied from the beginning. Already, Chris, you know, but she just bringing us play by play of what happened off inside the courtroom. Y'all have to excuse her language. She just being who she is, you know what I'm saying, and saying the thing they're talking about. So it is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? So we cut her some slack on that. My head give her the benefit of the doubt and just let her rock. That she actually drops from inside the courtroom be very needed. You know what I'm saying? It's very necessary. You know what I'm talking about? Every day is not reality TV. It could be fun sometimes, but not every day. I hear you, Chris. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking out on them haters. Kiss my behind. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't stopping nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it moving. But anyway, let's get back into this. Let her finish. I know she probably on a rant over here because when I paused it, she was ready to start cussing. So let me skip it up a little bit. What's up, Stone Cold C? My boy in the building, man. Hey, Stone, we've been covering this Megan trial, dog. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Go give another motherfucking statement to another outlet, bitch. That'll make 3. I'll get my check. Moving along.
Straight.
So anyway,
straight off the rip. Get into the case.
They said that they might bring Stogner in. Was they trying to get him for Monday? And so, they said there was a request for prints. And then they was talking about the weapon and the magazine and no DNA. They talked about the medical records. And what was said was, and this was said by Tory people, the medical records are irrelevant because at the end of the day, this ain't a case about who shot who. I mean, I'm sorry, this ain't a case about did she get shot. It was a case about who shot who. And I agree. Like, y'all coming up in here with all this other bullshit and talking about, well, okay, let's look at this and let's look at the medical records. The only thing we need to be talking about is who shot her. You know, that's the core focus. We can get into that, but the actual focus is who shot her. And they was just spending too much motherfucking time on that other bullshit. And so they talked about issues with Stogner's credibility because word on the street is he was boop, 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 hitting people. He ain't had no damn business, so he don't have a job. And so they said that there was a lack of DNA in this case. And so they said, listen, put it in writing. I'll go over it. We'll reach some type of conclusion. We have to move on. And so we finally get into the witness. The witness that came in first was an investigator, a senior investigator named Jody Little. And so they said, you know, did you meet? And let me tell you something about Jody Little really, really quickly. She reminded me of Tabitha Brown. Black woman that came in, she had the cutest little walk, and she just had a sunny disposition and was really smiley and had one of them really like super cute voices. Like, she just seemed really, really, really sweet. And so she was cute for what it was. And so she came in and they said, did you meet with Kelsey on the 14th of September in 2022? And she said, yeah. They said, where you had the interview at? And she said, it took place at my job, you know, in the courts on the 9th floor. They said who was there. So they went over who was there, you know, by Kathy Todd, Kelsey, her husband. They had, you know, some of her representatives on the phone, representation on the phone rather. And so they said, how long did the interview take? They was like, it was from 11:30 to 12:58. They said, how was Kelsey when you met her? They said the first time I met her, you know, she was comfy, friendly, cordial, you know, all of that. They said, did she seem threatened? There was an objection. They said, what was her husband's demeanor? They said professional, supportive, and everything else. So now they queue up the interview. They told the court reporter that she didn't have to take no notes on this shit, okay? They hand out transcripts to the people, you know, in the jury. All right, let's get into what Kelsey said. And you want me to show you my notes for what Kelsey said? They say I'm unreliable. They say I'm unreliable.
Yeah, I told y'all, y'all.
Bitch.
She in the courtroom, you know what I'm saying, taking notes, literally. You know what I'm saying? So she don't forget nothing that's going on, man. Shout out to her trial, man. Even though her way of passing the information along may be a little unorthodox, she still and everything she's saying, you know what I'm saying, and get a good perspective of what's actually going on inside of that courtroom, man. Shout out to Millie, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all on IG or anything like that, make sure y'all subscribe to her channel, man. For real, for real. She really dropping gems as far as what's going on in this trial.
I'm in there writing in that motherfucker like it ain't no tomorrow. They said I'm unreliable. Nah, bitch, I'm getting to the business. I know exactly what the fuck was said. So let's talk about it. Kelsey says, and I'm going to say this as Kelsey is saying it, okay? Kelsey said that she met Megan in college at PV. That is better known as Prairie View, okay? We call it PV down in Houston, because obviously Prairie View, duh. All right. She said she had known Megan about 6 or 7 years. She said we were friends, and as she grew, you know, in her business with music, I became her assistant. And she said maybe I became her assistant around late 2018, early 2019. Till the incident happened, because after that she lost her job. They said we were in LA at the time that everything happened, to record the WAP video with Cardi B. She said I had to leave and then come back because I had COVID. She said we had relocated to LA after COVID, and since COVID had affected schedules, they were supposed to go overseas, you know, to film some things, but they ended up, you know, staying in the States because they got canceled because of COVID. And so they stayed together, you know, every time there was something to do. If there was a hotel, then okay. If they were going to stay in an Airbnb, then okay. So we jumped to that particular night. She said on that particular night, Kylie invited them over. And what particular night am I talking about? I'm talking about at the WAP video. Kelsey says that they were invited to Kylie's house for a get-together at the WAP video. And so she said, I met Tory in early 2022 with Megan. So they met him at the same time at the Rock Nation brunch, okay? She said everything was okay. You know, we had fun. She said I would flirt with Tory, and Megan encouraged the relationship. Before Kelsey could get back, they had spent time together and all of that. She said, I got back less than a week before the shit, you know, popped off. That contradicts what Kelsey said when she was on the stand. Kelsey said that she had been back at least 2 weeks before anything happened. But okay. She said Kylie invited us at the WAP video shit, and Megan asked she wanted me and EJ to come. So she said she got there and it was about 6 or 7 p.m. She said once we got there, there were 6 people there. She said Megan started making nachos and the rest of them played beer pong. And they said, can you name, you know, anybody else that was there? And she said Kylie had her 3 besties. She said somebody named Thigh, another guy, and another bitch that she'll show another name. And then she said Corey, which is Chris's boyfriend, Odell Beckham and his friend. So she said, you know what? Matter of fact, it was probably about 9 people. She said we was playing beer pong and we played basketball. She said Megan was in there cooking them damn nachos. So that should have took about 10 goddamn minutes with that damn ground beef in that damn hotel. So she said Megan came out and said, y'all having fun without me? And so they was like, join in. And so they got in the pool. And later in the night, she said things began to go left. She said, I did, you know, need to go lay the fuck out. She said, I passed out. I was unconscious, child. I had to go lay down because I was drunk. She said, I went to bed probably at like 10 or 11. By the time she woke up, Tori was there and everybody else was gone. So it was just Kylie, Megan, EJ, and her and Tori. They said Megan called Tori on FaceTime. Okay, they believe that that's how, you know, she believes that's how he got the invite. She said, when I looked, when I woke up, I was good. They said Kylie and Tori and Megan was in one area. Kelsey said I was in the hot tub. She said EJ was at the cabana. They said Megan was doing this laugh that was so weird and obnoxious that Kelsey felt like something was wrong. So she said Tori had called her, but she was like, bitch, I ignored it because I didn't want to have nothing to do with that shit. And so Tori was kind of going in between Kylie and Megan. She said, EJ said, like, child, we gotta go. So Kelsey went to go pack up their shit that was in the room that Kylie provided for them, you know, when they got there to change in and things of that nature. So EJ had already packed the bags, but Megan did not want to leave. Okay. So she said, me and EJ loaded the car with our suitcases. And then we went back in to tell Megan, let's go. And Megan did not want to leave. Kelsey said that she sat in Tori's car with Quan in the front, and she was on FaceTime with her sister. And EJ just said, listen, baby, we have to go. Okay. And so they said, baby, just tell her that her wig's slipping. So Kelsey went in and said, like, come on, get out the pool because your wig's slipping. And so she got out. And then Megan told EJ, Tori gonna take us home. So she said, Meg and I put our shit in Quan's car. Now that is something different, because at no point in time had anybody told us that Megan had put the shit in the car. So now we got bitches that's then packed up a whole nother nigga packed up a bag in Kylie house. We don't know what the fuck was in them bags. And then they go put it in EJ car. And then they go put it in fucking Tori car. So we got a whole bunch of people moving a whole bunch of shit, and we don't know what the fuck in them damn bags, bitch. It could have been 50-11 motherfucking pistols in them bags, bitch. Stick talk shit, but y'all don't know what was in your bag, ho. So, okay. Megan told Quan, don't forget that Quan is the driver. Megan told Quan, go get Tori. When Tori caught wind of it, he came up, but he was like, take them home. And so
What's
Kelsey
up, Big
said
Rig?
he wasn't mad when he said to take us home. He just didn't want to leave with us. They said Tori stayed with Kylie while they left the home. Okay. Now they leave. Okay. Quan and them are in the car. Quan, Kelsey, and Megan are in the car. Okay. As they were leaving, they said Megan was still laughing, like just this weird, obnoxious ass laugh. EJ left at the same time that they left at that point. And because he was going in a different direction, even though he left at the same time, there was no need for him to follow them. So, he went on about his business. So now EJ gone. Okay. She said Megan is in the car just laughing, like this super fucking obnoxious ass laugh. And she is not understanding like what the fuck is so funny. But Megan was in the front seat. It's early in the morning, like the middle of the night. So she was just like, I don't know what the fuck was so funny. So she in the back seat just doing her thing. Then Megan says, I left my slipper. I need to go back. So they say, Kelsey say, she demanded that Quan take her back to the house. So they said they pulled back up, and Kylie had 6 security guards. So they say Megan had called to check and make sure that it was okay that she came back in so that she could get her shit or get her shoe. She said she left her slipper. So they say that her and Quan went in, okay, while Kelsey sat in the car. They said Kylie comes out to the door entryway, and Quan and Megan and Tori, kind of rush out and come back to the car. She say Megan came up to the car and said, bitch, Kylie said we got to get the fuck out of here, okay? And that when Quan got in the car, he said that Tori and Megan had an argument. Now, Kelsey said it wasn't an argument in Kylie's house. She didn't never give a damn about Tori flirting with her. But now, and she didn't get kicked out by Kylie. Now, bitch, we got Kylie standing on the porch in the motherfucking doorway. I guess she was supposed to be somebody's rich ass mammy, and kick them niggers out of her motherfucking house. Because they weren't about to have that over there. Okay? Next.
Good Lord.
So they said, so we leave and we driving, and Megan is still laughing. So Kelsey said, I said, well, damn, bitch, I'm a, juice it up a little bit. But she said, damn, bitch, what's funny? And Tori said, yeah, Megan, tell your friend what's funny. Your best friend tell your best friend what's funny, and tell her how fake your ass is. And then so he gonna make a plan dumb. Oh, just and so she told my Kelsey, don't listen to him. So Tori started cussing her ass out. This is all Kelsey's recollection. She started
oh love y'all.
And then so he gonna make a plan dumb. Oh, just and so she told my Kelsey, don't over there, okay? Next. So they said, so we leave and we drive, and Megan is still laughing. So Kelsey said, I said, well, damn, bitch, I'm gonna, juice it up a little bit. But she said, damn, bitch, what's funny? And Tori said, yeah, Megan, tell your friend what's funny. Your best friend tell your best friend what's funny, and tell her how fake your ass is. And then so he gonna make a plan dumb. And so she told my Kelsey, don't listen to him. So Tori started cussing her ass out. This is all Kelsey's recollection. She started cussing him out, and he started cussing her out. And so Kelsey said, "Now look, I don't know what the fuck going on, but this my friend, and you."
CW, her name is Millie Grow on Instagram. Miller Grow. MILAGRO. You know what I'm saying? At Miller Grow Grams. You know what I'm talking about? She most definitely crazy. I hate that she cuss so much, but she most definitely funny, man, for real. And Rena said she got a YouTube channel also called let me see what she said the name of it was. Mob Radio on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's the same lady. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her though. That was funny, man. All right, I'm gonna let her go, y'all. Shout out to everybody to Bill.
Not gonna talk to her like that. So she said they got into it, and then that he allegedly told her, "I'm from Canada," as to imply that he was a thug. Bitch, you do know that Canadian people are known for being like some of the nicest people, right? There was some. They said they didn't even know ghettos in Canada. Child, I don't know, but in the fucking way. Then Kelsey say that Tori said, "My nigga, I'll shoot your ass," and reached to the middle console, but he ain't never grabbed nothing, okay? And so he just motioned for it. And then Kelsey said, "Well, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I got people that's gonna ride for me." And so the arguing continues, and then Megan demands that they pull over. They said Megan jumped out the car, and Tori got out the car right behind her, and they went and sat at the bus stop. Now, Megan played crazy. She never acknowledged that they left the first time to go back home, or that all that shit, was moved the way it was, and that she went back to Kylie's home. Because she claimed that she had left the slipper. She said that was a lie. Oop. If we can prove that in any way, or if there's video footage, which I'm sure that Kylie has video footage and the bitch is coming back to the house and all that shit, that whole lie, bitch, that's proof. But any motherfucking way, she demanded that he pull over. Now, another contradiction is the fact that Megan said that when she got out the car, she walked over there by the bus stop, but she don't remember like nobody coming up and talking to her, and shit like that. Kelsey said Tori got out right behind her and went to talk to her. She said when they got back in the car, everything was calm. And then when he got back in the car, Tori apologized to Kelsey and said, "I'm sorry, man, because you a real nigga. My bad." They said Megan ain't like that. And then she starts with her bullshit again. Okay. They said that they said she started that uncontrollable laughing shit. And then they started arguing about, artistry. And she said, "You only hot because of the feature with Jack Harlow." But she couldn't really remember nothing else or what he said back or nothing like that. So allegedly Tori told Quan, the driver, "Get these bitches about my car. This is my motherfucking car. Let these hoes out." So they say Quan pulled over. She said Megan jumps out and I open my door, not paying attention. She said I get out and then I hear gunshots going off. And at about the second or the third shot, I look up and I see Tori leaning over the door window and Megan's seat, and he's shooting over the top of the door. He must have jumped up the, shooting the gun. And when they say jumped up the front seat, he must have jumped up there. And then she said, "My body is behind the door, so I'm out of the vehicle." They said Megan was walking away, and then she turned and then saw us. She said, "At that point, I can only see her chest, but she looked like a deer in headlights." They said Quan was quiet, and I don't know where Tori pulled the gun from. But after the shot, she said we froze, and then she kind of clicked back in. And some type of way, Megan gets to this driveway, she claims. She said Tori sat in the damn front passenger seat. Kelsey said I ran over to Megan to check on her, and I was in defense mode. So I never looked at any of her injuries, but when I grabbed her, I saw blood. And then I saw Tori come around the back of the vehicle, and I was afraid, and, I was just in defense mode and, didn't know what to do. So she said, "You know what? I stepped up and got in between Megan and Tori, and then we fought." Okay. She said, and she said that that's when her and Tori got in the fight. She said Quan got Kelsey and picked her up like a damn rag doll and said, "Kelsey, they do this all the time." Spoiler alert, Quan has no motherfucking gunshot residue on him. None was found. So you mean to tell me that with the way that gunshot residue transfers, and by the fact that you, Kelsey, had gunshot residue on your hands, you went over there to check on Megan, who was never tested for gunshot residue conveniently, and Quan came over there and lifted your ass up off the ground like a rag doll, and Quan had absolutely no gunshot residue on him. Is that what we're going with? Is that logical to you? Would be my question. If a nigga pick you up like a rag doll, what you gonna do with your hands? You gonna try to hold on to that nigga, right? So that nigga should have gunshot residue on him, huh? Yeah, all right. So any fucking way, he had none. So she said, Quan got Kelsey and said, child, they do this all the time. And so she said that I don't know if Tory slapped me, punched me. I don't know what the fuck he did. She said, but Tory was in the driveway with Megan. She said, Quan said, child, they do this all the time. Like, and then Kelsey said, huh? She's shot. She needs help. And she said, I jumped into the vehicle and I made it jerk to get them to notice. She said, I ain't drive the car or do nothing like that. But that, you know, I jerked the car to make them notice. I don't know if she meant she used her body weight or what, but I don't know. She said Tory at that point, you know, looked up and then came over there. She said that he pulled her by her hair, and then that's when she got afraid for her life, because she said he was pulling her neck in such a way that he wasn't choking her, but the shit hurt. And then she said Quan came to like try to pull her away from him, but it was like a tug of war because he was pulling on her. And then she said, I simply said, Tory, what are we doing? And all of a sudden, Tory just let her go. That's all it took. He just let her go. Okay. They said, Kelsey said, and then I looked up and Megan was standing at the driver door. The one that came up? Never mind. So he said, get in. Okay. And so they got in the car. She said, I lost my chain and my nail fighting Tory.
She said the one that can't walk. Never mind. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Miss Anita, she stuck on the same thing you stuck on. If she got shot in the foot, how can she walk? That's the same thing that Millie's saying over here. She said the one that can't walk. Oh, never mind.
The one that can't walk? Never mind. So he said, get in. Okay. And so they got in the car. She said, I lost my chain and my nail fighting Tory. She said, but at this point, we changed seats. Megan was calm. Okay. She said, but I was having a panic attack. And so she starts to cry. On the audio, you can hear Kelsey crying. She said, Megan said, Kyle T. Ferris. And they were heading home, not to the hospital. But that Quan took another turn because it seemed like he was going to take him to the hospital. They say T. Ferris had bad signal. So she sent a text to Justin that said, you know, help 911, Tory shot Megan. They said they showed Kelsey the text to corroborate it. And she said, yeah. She said she dropped her location to T. Ferris. She said then she texted her mother and said, help. And Kelsey was breaking down again. She said that I was hurt physically, you know, but she said I didn't feel that yet because my adrenaline was so high. She said I was really emotionally hurt. The most at the time. She said, so we're driving, and I also called a person that I was talking to at the time and kept the line open because I was just so nervous about what was going on in the car. So I just wanted him to be on the line so he could listen. So she called him and they was talking, and he picked up and he sat on the line. So she said Megan put her leg on her, but she still never saw the injury. And that Kelsey was in the car crying. So that Tory told her, girl, shut the fuck up. So she said the cops, you know, kind of passed them a little bit, one cop car. So I guess maybe they thought they wasn't coming for them. But then the swarm of cops is behind them now and a damn helicopter. She said, that's when Tory said, please don't say a word about this. I just signed a deal. I'm about to sign the deal. And I'll give each of y'all $1 million motherfucking dollars when I get the deal. She said Megan was very calm. They said, could she have been in shock? She said, oh no, she was calm. They said she didn't seem upset with Tory. Mm-hmm. And so she said the cops came and made them get out the car. And she said, please don't put your knee on my back like George Floyd, you know. And she said people weren't really talking. Her adrenaline was running. She said they, you know, taking Meg. And she said, I regret not saying something about my injuries at the time because I should have. She said she was so focused on Megan, she didn't talk about it. She said Ferris actually came to the scene as they were putting Megan in the ambulance, you know, and I guess, I don't know if he got in the ambulance with her and left with her, but he was on the scene. And remember, she had sent the location. She said, I ended up being taken to the police station and they put me in a room, but I do not recall them swabbing me for gunshot residue. Whenever they did that, she wasn't aware. She said they asked if I wanted to talk. And she said, I asked for a lawyer because that's what I saw on TV and movies. That's all I knew to do. So she said when she got released at the same time as Quan the next morning. And that Quan said, shit, money talks. And so she said he also said Tori was trying to protect me. And she said she just felt like people was playing mind games with her because bitch what? And so she said Tori's friend said, I don't know why he said that when he picked up, or why he did that when he picked up Quan. And she called security, Justin, and asked for a ride. Justin said, go ask her manager, Jilly. So they say Jilly came immediately, took Kelsey to her apartment, changed clothes, and went to Megan. Okay. She said that she had to sit outside. She said, I'm in a car and waiting, and I get a jail call, you know, and she said she had been answering the phone for a nigga in jail, so she thought it was him. So she went ahead.
My boy T Farris is Megan's manager. He's actually a big dude in Houston, you know what I'm saying? He was responsible for her getting a deal with Rock Nation. So T Farris is her manager, Chris.
Had an answer.
Is Megan's manager.
She didn't know it was Tori. And so Tori calls. We already know what happened. He called and asked about the incident. I told you guys exactly what that phone call was about because I already played it for us. She said, I didn't get to see or talk to Megan. She said, then I eventually got a text back and I asked to see Megan, but nobody was answering me. She said, Desiree Perez said that Megan gonna be down a whole year, maybe. And so Kelsey said, well, I'm considering going home. And then she said, you know, well, shit, if I need to go home, okay, because I need to seek treatment because I have all these different pains. And she said, so let me kind of get my shit together and I'll let you know. And she said, no sooner than I can send that message, they already had my flight booked. The flight was it was within the next 2 hours. Excuse me, I'm trying to rush because I gotta go. So the flight was for the next 2 hours. And Kelsey said, you know, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, she confused, like, y'all sending me home or like what? And so she says that Desiree told her LA is dangerous and the house isn't safe. So you need to go get a rental. She said, look, can you rebook my flight so I can get my shit together? And she said, okay. She said a driver came, you know, and helped her remove her things from the house and she went to a hotel. She said Tori called from Quan phone and then he whispered, hey, big head. She said, I gave the pin to my hotel to get my shit. She gave them her location. So, child, that's what she felt like she wanted to do. She said, so he came and he asked me to come to a studio location, but she didn't feel safe doing that. So she said, no. She said, prior to me going to meet, I told my sister where I was, just, you know, to let somebody know what was up. She said, Tori was in the driver's seat, but he wasn't driving nowhere. He was just in the seat. And then he was apologetic. And Kelsey said, let me hear him out because it was a wild night of drinking. So she said that he was sorry. And she said, I knew that he was so sorry. And he said, but Kelsey, she attacked my artistry. I told him that he was wrong. I told him, you know, this shit ain't okay. You need to apologize to her as well. She said, but at the time I didn't know that he had spoken to her because she ain't answer her. Then the team, she said the team was treating me weird. So Kelsey said she sent a long ass text message. You know how you just get fed the fuck up and you send a whole 3 paragraphs? Yeah, that. So she said Megan finally called her back and said, look, find a place and I'll pay for your rent for a year. And then she said Megan told her, dog, I can't walk. And that's when it was revealed to her that Megan had caught a red eye to New York. So she was like, damn, they shut me out? Like, what the fuck I do? I want to pause right quick. If Tory Lanez had purchased a property or paid the rent up for a year for Kelsey, that would have been called bribery. They were not seeing eye to eye. Kelsey and Megan were not seeing eye to eye. She was being shut out. It's a lot of, you know, different circumstances. And Megan, per her own admission, paid her rent up for a fucking year. If Tori had did that shit, it would have been called something. Yeah, and you already know what. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Megan. Why did you lie like you hadn't talked to Kelsey? You all on social media talking about, I ain't talked to them motherfuckers that y'all been asking about. You know, them motherfuckers went to jail. But you knew damn well that you had talked to Kelsey a few times. We found out, if y'all want to believe this audio, that Kelsey told everybody that she lied about the day before. So anyway, and then what else? Hold on. And this is my other question. If this was all Tory fault, what y'all start treating Kelsey like that for? Why was Kelsey iced out? And why did Kelsey lose her job if she didn't do anything? If Kelsey truly was a victim and everybody knew that, why the fuck did Kelsey lose her job? Why was she left outside of the hospital? Why was she excluded when Megan got flown out to New York? You know, why did all of that happen? Why was y'all?
Hold up, Millie. She was excluded and lost her job because she was sleeping with Tory, and Megan didn't like that. That's exactly why. That's why they left her out of everything. That's why she lost her job. You know what I'm saying? Tory put her out there. Megan believed that they was doing whatever they was doing, and with that being said, they got rid of her. Period.
Y'all trying to send her back on a flight 2 hours after what happened? That's interesting to me. Moving along. She told Kelsey, find her a place, I'll pay the fucking rent. Okay. Now don't forget that we in the car. Okay, she in the car and she said Tory came to her hotel. She said Rock Nation, or Megan's team rather, whatever you want to call them, shut her out. She said Tory said that he was sorry. And he was saying, Kelsey, what can I do? Like, do you want to work for me? You got something you want me to invest in? Like, or what's one thing that you really want to do? And she said, Kelsey said, she was like, what? And that Tory said, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what my lawyer, Sean Holly, told. Like, this how she told me to word it. Now, I want to pause real quick. Megan Thee Stallion claimed that Tory told her, I'll give you $1 million. Don't say nothing. I'm on probation. That nigga ain't never been on probation. So why the fuck would he say that? Kelsey is sitting up here bitch, I was going to say it twice. Kelsey's sitting up here hollering by, oh, well, Tory said, y'all want to believe this shit so bad, that Sean Holly had advised him to say that? Baby, Kelsey went to get that shit the next day. You understand what I'm telling you? That means that was July 13th. Baby, Sean Holly wasn't representing Tory and he hadn't reached out to her. Did you know that before you said that? You must not have. You must not have known that when you made that statement. Tory had not sought out counsel because Tory wasn't even under the impression that he was going to be charged with anything. Babe, let's get back into the timeline. Megan didn't say that a crime had been committed against her until the 15th of July on Instagram. Tory went to jail because the gun was in the vehicle and they were trying to charge him with it. They did charge him with it. And so, you know, he went to jail that night and he was let out. But he did not have representation from Sean Holly at that time. So can you explain to me what sense it would have made for him to just dry ass throw her motherfucking name up and say, oh, well, Sean Holly told me to word it this way. And I want to remind you that Kelsey said the day before that she fucking lied about this shit. But I need y'all to know, and let's do a fact check. Sean Holly wasn't his representation. The fuck do y'all be talking about? So anyway, so she said that things were offered to her over a period of time via phone calls and text messages, or a text. Spoiler alert. They said, Kelsey, you said in your interview that, you know, they asking the woman on the stand, because the woman that was the witness had to sit up there and just listen to the shit. So she was asked, she said, Kelsey said that she had a text from Tory asking her what she would like, basically trying to bribe her. And Kelsey said it was in her other phone. They said, did that ever materialize, basically? Was that ever given to you? Did you ever see that? She said no. They got every other goddamn text message, which you don't have no text message of Tory saying, you know, what you need from me. Well, ain't that quite fucking convenient? Sure. Anyway. And so Kelsey said, you know, I do have the text where he was saying stuff like that to me, but it's in my other phone. I'ma look. And so she said he tried to reach out to me up until charges was filed. And so she said that she told she said Megan hit her up on the 15th and said, Kelsey, do you want me to include you in this statement? She said, yes, Megan, I want you to protect me because I'm being threatened. You know, people are threatening my mother and all of that shit. So I said, yeah, please protect me and mention me in your statement. Okay. She said, I'll talk to my lawyer, you know, about it. She said, before I knew anything, Megan posted the statement and left me completely out. They said Kelsey said Megan made an Instagram post and Kelsey read the Instagram post, in the interview. She said, so when Megan posted that and the public turned on me, I made my own post. After I made my own post, Megan said, why did you say that? This ain't the way. So that's when we take a break. We come back about 1:30. We continue with the audio. She said, I don't know anything about, she said, I don't know anything but the truth. And I'm upset that she never defended or protected me. She didn't know that I had met Tori to get my stuff. So she didn't have no reason to be mad at me, which is even more interesting. So what was the animosity about? If she fucked the nigga that she was fucking, didn't that help betray you? So why she got attitude? She said, we went back and forth via text messages. And she said, I've been publicly approached. Kelsey said she can't even go to the dollar store. She said somebody cornered her in the damn dollar store, child. And so, what else? We went back and forth in the text messages, and she said I've been publicly approached. She said, so I really be trying to stay in hiding, even though he's the bad guy. She said Megan did a lot of damage to me off the motherfucking internet. She say Megan hit her up and said, Kelsey, I need you to get on social media and say what happened to us. Okay? They said her manager told me that she wasn't gonna press charges. And I need y'all to listen to this shit. Kelsey said, Megan's manager said she wasn't going to press charges until Megan got mad that social media was calling her a fucking alcoholic. That's when she made that post to go on Instagram. Kelsey went to her lawyer. After consulting her lawyer, they said, you're not about to say a motherfucking thing because she ain't had your back and we worried about you and what's going to happen with you. And so she said, no, I'm not going to say anything. So my lawyer said no to her demands. Kelsey said Megan demanded that I get online and defend her. She said, I told Megan that we need to talk. And I told her that I talked to Tori. Once she said she told her about not going on social media for her, that's when Megan started coming at her crazy. And it said that how you gonna go, online and say what you said and go see that nigga. And she just kind of started throwing that shit in her face. That's when Kelsey said, I knew that this wasn't genuine. And we stopped talking. And she went online and made it seem like I took hush money. So I text her. Kelsey said, I text her and I said, why the fuck is you bashing me? They were trying to make me break. That's what Kelsey said. They said she had her friend saying that I got my chain from hush money when I've been paid for that chain. And it commemorates the day that my father died. They said she obviously approved these messages. So that's when it was over. And she said, I wasn't interested in doing a damn thing that had nothing to do with Megan. Fuck her. Once again, I'm adding a little bit of sauce to it. But basically, Kathy Todd said, she was telling you this, or are you telling us this to get back at Megan? She said, no, I just want to free myself from this. They said she makes songs about me. People be posting about me, and people don't know what to feel about me, They said, then she accused Megan of calling around Houston and telling people that she took hush money and not to talk to her. Okay. Whew. Kelsey says she hit up her representation and said, can you ask Megan's people to fucking stop? Kelsey says that when her lawyer hit up Megan people and said, baby, can she please stop? They said, well, why won't you get online, and say that, what happened? Now, isn't that an interesting response? Child. Kelsey said, this is Kelsey's words. Y'all want to go by Kelsey's words so bad, correct? Y'all want to take this and apply it? Okay. She said Megan never holds herself accountable for shit. She said we could have gone home that night, okay? But she got mad at me and said, and tried to flip it on me. She said she tried to tell me, child, because now we back at the party in the circumstances from that night. She said that Megan told her, child, he tried to stay with Kylie. She said that's when I realized that she never left a slip at Kylie's house. She was just mad that he was with Kylie. Megan is so low down that she knew that she was fucking Tori. Knew that Kelsey didn't know, but knew that Kelsey had fucked him. So she tells Kelsey, he over there with Kylie, bitch, trying to make her mad, trying to make her want to go back over there, when really she wanted to go back over there. That's what Kelsey said. So, yeah, they said she was mad that he was staying over there with Kylie. This wasn't about no fucking slipper. She said Megan asked me to stop fucking with Tory because she may have to work with him in the future. But now I know that there were other reasons why she asked me to do that. So that would imply that she's so motherfucking low down that she went to her friend and she tried to hook up with the nigga and said, you know what? Maybe y'all not fuck that nigga no more because I'm gonna have to, work with him. But really, she wanted that dick out to herself. So then what happened? Hold tight. So she said it's better to say that Kelsey was a bit of best friend and versus saying that Megan was mad about Tori and Kylie. She said, now I know I was pushed out, okay? Because she didn't tell the truth initially. She said they ain't gonna tell the truth under oath. Kathy said the trial will take place and the public won't know what's going on here. So the case has to be handled in court. And then Kelsey said, my concern, outside of this is my safety. And she said, we'll talk off the record about that. But, this is almost done. We're in a home stretch and we want a resolution for everybody involved. Kelsey said, I'm just trying to move forward. I don't think Megan knows, I never didn't want to tell the truth, but she's making it hard for me. And we finally get done with the audio. What I want to say at this point is this audio meant absolutely nothing to me. This audio would have been damning and it probably would have been a nail in the coffin. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This motherfucking, without evidence, because I ain't got none, this audio could have been the nail in the coffin had Kelsey corroborated it. I spoke to a lot of people, not the jury, of course, but a lot of people listening who sat there where we sat once we went out into the space. And they said, this would have meant more to me if we had a credible witness. They said that this was something that they dismissed completely because Kelsey's not credible. And I agree. Kelsey told y'all she lied already. To me, this was a desperate act and an attempt to pull on people's heartstrings and their emotions. And because Kelsey did not cooperate, let's play it. And hopefully y'all feel like that's true, even though she said that it was a lie. After Kelsey, made herself an unreliable witness, I don't see what the fuck we had to listen to her for. But desperate times call for desperate measures. So Kathy Ty said to the woman on the stand, remember, they played the audio of Kelsey, but there's a black woman on the stand. Her name is Jody Little. And so they said, Miss Jody Little, is this an accurate depiction of the situation? And she said, yeah. They said, do you think she was genuine? They said, yeah. Now it's time for the cross-examination. I'm gonna call him Mr. McDonald's because I don't know how to pronounce that man motherfucking name. Tory attorney, I don't know, Modesto, bitch, I don't fucking know. We're gonna call him Mr. McDonald's, okay? So under cross-examination, he said, do you know Detective Stogner? The woman said no. They said, you're involved in many cases, right? And you're involved with many cases. She said, yeah. They said, is there an investigating officer always present? And she said, in my unit, criminally, typically, yeah. They said, does a police officer usually lead? And she said, yes. They said, was a police officer there? She said, no. She said, was Kelsey ordered to court? They said, yeah. They said, are you aware that Kelsey interviewed after being ordered to court? She said, no. They said, is there a recording or do you know who served her and what they said to her when they served her? They said, no. They said, is there a recording of that? She said, no. They said, witnesses who are potential suspects, do they sometimes lie? Okay. She said, yeah. They said, have you dealt, with liars and people that's then lied to you who are being accused of a crime? She said, yeah. They said, you in an interview, right? She said, yeah. They said, did Kelsey show you text messages? She said, yeah. And then they said, what about alleged text messages with Tori? She said she had text messages with Tori, right? She said, yeah. They said, do you have any messages? Did she ever produce any of these messages with they saw Peterson? She said, no. So Kelsey claimed that Tori bribed her and she had text messages, which we ain't seen them hoes yet. All right, it's the symbol. They said, was Kelsey given immunity at that interview, at that point? And she said, I don't know. They said, what about prior to the recording? And she don't fucking know. So that was done with her. We pull up a new witness. This motherfucking witness, bitch. I'm gonna have to call y'all back and tell y'all about it. I'll tell y'all when I get to where I'm going. This motherfucking witness that they pulled up next was the nigga that answered the phone when you say press 1 for English. They done got the nigga from Verizon Wireless to come get up on this goddamn stand to tell us what's going on. His name Bitch, I don't know what the fuck his name was. He got so many letters up in his goddamn name, child. I think it's a spell. I don't know what the hell going on. But he is a firearms examiner. He done came up here with bitch cartridges and models of the cartridge and all kind of shit, you know, trying to explain this shit to us. Now I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes. So he shows the cartridge casing and explains, you know, the difference between weapons and shit like that. What was substantial about this? He said in a semi-automatic, like in this case, you got to hit the trigger over and over again. So they said, did you examine the firearm in this case? He said, yeah. And so they said, what kind of gun was it? And he said a 9mm semi-automatic. And so he said the serial number on that hoe, he read it out. So bitch, I wrote it down. The serial number was 684605. And so my whole thing is, y'all gonna trace this motherfucking gun? Who initially got this gun? I want to know who signed for this gun, who got this gun. The serial number one more time. You listen, you got a pen? 684605. So I want to know who. I want to know the last person associated with this motherfucking gun. He said the gun was in working condition. They said, what's the chance that the gun will accidentally go off 5 times? He say it ain't going off 5 times because it take 8.5 accidentally because it take 8.5 pounds of pressure. Well, bitch, I looked up and I thought that Lil Murda was gonna be the next witness, and I wanted to stand up and I wanted to object because Lil Murda said that it takes 7.5 pounds of pressure. Now these are different weapons, so I don't know, but they said 8.5. So is he reliable? Because I believe Lil Murda more than I believe him. So any motherfucking way, he said 8.5 pounds of pressure. Lil Murda did not take the motherfucking stand. And, you know, we had to send Clifford home. So they said, you need to use effort to pull the trigger on this weapon. You gotta, y'all know how a pistol work, bitch. He say, this ain't the one that you can click, you know, hit that hoe, and that hoe gonna keep on going off. He said, you gotta hit that hoe, you gotta, you know, have some authority, and you gotta, you know, press that bitch. You gotta shoot it every motherfucking time. Okay. All right. So he said, I cannot call this an accident. They said, do you have to slide, you know what I'm saying, the shit back, the slide lock shit? Do you have to release it before you fire? And he said, yeah, it's like the slide lock is like a safety. They said, does the temperature of the gun change when it's fired? He said, shit, yeah, but I don't really know how much. They said nothing further. Cross-examination time. They said, you talked about bullet casings. Do you know which way the casings went? Okay. And he said, with this gun, I would deduce that the shell casings went to the right of the gun. But the expert made it very clear that the shit can go all kind of different ways. You know, you can't necessarily, you know, for 100% fact, you know, say that it won't go this way, that way, up. It depends on how you point the gun. It depends. There are a lot of different factors that go into where the shell casings go. All right. The defense pulled up a picture of where the shell casings were located per this investigation. Per this investigation, y'all can't see the picture. The 4 shell casings was in a nigga yard. Now, when you stop a car, don't you stop it in the street? Yes. We know for a fact that Quan didn't pull the car into the driveway. So let me tell you something. If Tory had shot that gun over a window, it wouldn't be over in that nigga's driveway. But them shell cases wouldn't have been there, baby. So the man had to acknowledge that more than likely the gun was fired in that general area because 4 of the bullet casings were in that general area. And they said, do you see this balcony right up here? And he said, yeah, I can see it. He said, if somebody was standing right there, do you feel like they could see what the hell was going on? Yeah. So they said, if you're looking for casings, can you tell me where the gun was fired? He said the pattern ain't really reliable, but it would eject near the firing. And so they said it was 4 in the same area. So could that be the spot, you know, that was shot? And he was like, you know, it's really not reliable. And so he was like, well, how many feet? You know, like how far could she go? He was like, it could go up to 18 feet away. He said the shell casings can go off like 18 feet away. And so he was like, and could this be an accident? And he was like, I'm telling you that it take 8.5 pounds of pressure to make that hell go off. And so he said, well, shit, don't kids be getting guns and firing them guns? He said, look, it's like 8 pounds of pressure with this gun. He said it's a double action gun. So he brought the shell casing picture up, and he said, did the shooting happen near this house? Now, this is what you need to get into. They asked the expert under cross-examination, did the shooting happen near this house? And he say, yeah. He said, you see that balcony? He said, is it fair to say that the shooting happened in this area? He said, yeah, like with 360 degrees. They said, have you seen fingerprints from the shell casings? And then, have you seen fingerprints from shell casings be lifted in cases before? He said, yes. He said, I've heard of it, but I ain't did it myself. But I do know that they sometimes have, like, taking, DNA from shell casings. They said, have you ever seen how police retrieve prints? And he said, yeah. They said, why do you use gloves? They said, for contamination purposes, DNA, fingerprints, and all that shit. All right. They was done with his ass. They bring up Randy Zapata, a criminalist, okay? He works with DNA. Oh, I'm trying to hurry up. They said, did you obtain Torres DNA? He said, yeah, I got a profile. They said, he said, I compared, the handgun in the magazine, to his DNA. He said, from the magazine, after I did, research on it, I tested it, I have 4 contributors. He said at least 2 were males. Get into these numbers. One person had 62% DNA on their hoe. The second person had 26%, then 9%, and then 3%. Okay? They said, did the person that held it the longest, or maybe fooled with it the most, would they have a higher percentage? He said, no, not necessarily. They said, now, when it comes to the magazine, was Tory excluded as a contributor on the magazine from that gun? He said, yes. Tory Lanez was excluded. His DNA was nowhere to be found on the magazine. This is what you put into it once you load up and put them bullets, all right? So let's get to the handgun itself. Not the magazine, but the handgun. They said there was 1 male's DNA on it, and the numbers go as follows, just like with the other situation with the 62, 26, 9, and 3. 90%, 5%, 3, and then 2. That ain't on a 100 scale. What the fuck is them numbers? I don't know. Anyway, they said that was inconclusive. They said Tory cannot be excluded or included because they couldn't prove that his DNA was on the gun. They said, is it common to see complex evidence in profile mixtures, which means that multiple people handle something? They said all the test shows is that somebody touched it. So we checked the majority of the gun, for those things. They said, okay, done. Cross-examination. They said the magazine had 4 contributors, right? He said, yes. Tory was excluded from the magazine. He said, yeah. He said, if I load bullets, into a gun, the DNA, my DNA would be on the shit, right? He said, yeah. They say if the gun was used frequently, your DNA would be on it, huh? He said, yeah. He said, in this case, it was DNA on the casings. He said, Wayne, look at that. They say, if the gun is my gun and I hold it, load it, and shoot that bitch 5 times, do you feel like my DNA gonna be on it? He said, yeah, more than likely. So they said, you have 0 evidence for my client's DNA on the magazine. He said, yeah. He said, is my client excluded from the gun? Could you say that my client had that gun? He said, can you say that my client touched that gun? He said, no. No. They told me to go to rehab. I said, no. Kelsey said, Tori woke up and said, hey, big head. She said he whispered it. Girl. Redirect. They said, do you, no, they came back in and they was talking to the man. And he said, look, ultimately, I just do the damn report. And so he said, look, is there any evidence that my client touched the magazine or the damn gun? He said, no. Now, this is the get you gotcha. Child, they said, do y'all have any samples for Kelsey? Do y'all have any DNA samples for Kelsey that were tested up against this weapon? No. He said, did y'all request DNA from Kelsey to test it on this weapon? They said no. So let me get this correct. Y'all don't know what the fuck done happened out there, but y'all know a gun was fired. But y'all put all y'all eggs in Tory basket and wanted to accuse him immediately. So much so that the LAPD, with more sloppy ass work, decided, let's go ahead and test Tori for gunshot residue and DNA. And we're gonna test Kelsey for gunshot residue. Did y'all think that maybe she wouldn't have it? And then fucked around and found out it was on her hands? And nobody ever tested nor requested that she get, you know, DNA checked or swabbed so that they can compare it against the gun. Does that make sense to you? Is that logical to you? Does that sound like, you know, any type of police department that's trying to seek the truth? Because what they're supposed to be doing is investigating. This all happened today, nigga. So I'm just trying to understand how this was ever balanced. I'm trying to understand why nobody's having a conversation about how the LAPD has cut corners consistently. And every time y'all cut a corner, it was to make Megan's case stronger. But let me continue on. I can give you 5 more minutes and that's it. And then we'll have to go over that other shit. We come back at 3:40. Okay, we had a little break. They pull up somebody for the defense because of his schedule. They took him out of order because the prosecution has not rested, even though they need to take a long slumber. Oh, Instagram giving me a timer today. Oh, thank you, bitch. So anyway, let me get to the get you gotcha. I got 1 minute and 49 seconds. All right. This man was a forensic scientist that talked absolutely too fucking much. He put me to sleep a couple of times, but I was listening though. But you can tell that he loves what he does. And this man is really a pioneer in terms of DNA. I was actually taken aback and really on some like brain shit. Like, nigga, you a cold piece. Like, this nigga is one of the people that helped to create the way that we analyze DNA today when it comes to that being tested and used in cases. So that is monumental. Like, that nigga didn't get a Pulitzer Prize or some shit. I don't know. That shit crazy. But anyway, we got 1 minute and 9 seconds. They said, based on the DNA analysis, that what can you tell us about it? You know, based on what they did. They said that they did the DNA testing on the gun and Megan. I mean, on the gun and the magazine. I apologize. They said, can you explain what the LAPD concluded from the handgun? He said that they said that they had DNA from 4 people and that one was a male. 45 seconds. They said, so at least one male was there. He said, yeah. And he said, but there was female DNA on the motherfucking gun. Listen. Let me bend this page so I know where I'm at. I'm gonna come back and tell y'all some more shit and get into it. But to me, that's some of the most important shit right there. That a female's DNA was absolutely on that fucking weapon. And I'm gonna come back in like a few minutes and we'll wrap this shit up. But bitch, yeah, get into it. What y'all doing? Y'all, we got a limited amount of time.
All right, y'all.
I'm about to be talking fast in a bitch.
So yeah, man, she basically gave us the rundown. How y'all feeling about it? Let me know, you know what I'm saying? Let me know, all my people that still, you know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling about what we just heard? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, positively, you know what I'm saying, on some whole other stuff. I cannot count, you know what I'm saying? Man, hold up. Female DNA on it. Lock ass up. Yeah. A lying ass. Yeah, real talk. Female DNA was discovered on the gun. Tory Lanez DNA, not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's most definitely crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a shock. Well, I won't really just be shocked, but you know, if the court of law is the court of law, like I know the court of law to be the court of law, it ain't no way, you know what I'm saying, that Tory's supposed to be found guilty, man. It's too much. Yeah, like signs point to Kelsey, you know what I'm saying? It's man, shout out to Tory lawyers, you know what I'm saying? They do an amazing job on this case. I can't even count, you know what I'm saying? They most definitely pulling in that reasonable doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? And she lied to us at the end and said she was gonna come back and give the rest of it because she didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? But Man, that's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like Tori might not have been the one that did this, man. It's looking more like Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? When Megan jumped on her, you know what I'm saying? She had to do what she had to do to get Megan off of her. You know what I'm saying? And she wound up shooting Megan in the foot. Ah, oh man, this is crazy. Megan, why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why you sometimes you gotta leave well enough alone, y'all. It's looking like the OJ trial. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. You know what I'm saying? And it's looking like, you know what I'm saying, whether Kelsey took the bribe money or not, you know what I'm talking about, is up in the air. But as far as Kelsey trying to help convict Tori, she most definitely ain't with it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It looks like she did to Megan what Megan was trying to do to her and Tori, which was flip the whole script on. Your corner, yeah, I'm in your corner. I'm gonna say this and say that, and got there and flipped the whole script. You know what I'm saying? Didn't say none of that. You know what I'm saying? Tori gonna walk away after all Meg tried to do to take him out of the rap game already, Miss America. If Megan was walking away, that throws it someone getting in trouble. Yeah, somebody getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't see this going the way that Megan wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's appearing that Kelsey used her immunity, you know what I'm saying, to throw off this whole case. And instead of, you know what I'm saying, pointing fingers at Tori, she basically just put the blame on her. And that's what the rest of them doing. They putting the blame on her, you know what I'm saying, which she can't get in trouble. So even if it comes out that she was actually the one that pulled the trigger, you know what I'm saying, they can't bring Kelsey up on any charges after this trial is over. So it's either they either get Tori or they don't get Tori. But at the end of the day, Kelsey ain't got to worry about no kind of new charges coming her way, man. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's big, yo. Like, wow, y'all. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? So now we completely caught up with day 4 and day 5, you know what I'm saying, of this trial. You know what I'm talking about? So I think they got maybe a couple of more witnesses coming Monday's way, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll be going to the verdict stage to where we find out what exactly they plan to do with Tori, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up. This is some like a movie, y'all. Something like a movie. Like, you can't make it up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm in shock. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. DNA expert says that Tory Lanez DNA was not found on the gun magazine, and also DNA on the gun was inconclusive, but a woman's DNA was present, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Huge deal to all of y'all who feel like Maher feel, you know what I'm saying, since we've been watching this, which is Kelsey. All signs point to Kelsey as being the one, you know what I'm saying, who basically fired that gun or had possession of that gun. They got nothing damning on Tori. No kind of nothing. Megan couldn't even, like, Megan was the only one who basically heard dance be dance. Megan came up in there saying that she knew that Tori shot her. You know what I'm saying? But when it came out, she didn't know who really shot her. You know what I'm saying? She just knows she got shot. But she was so adamant that Tori did it. But it ain't no gun residue on her. No, you know, I mean, on him, like, it was no none of his DNA. You know what I'm saying? Which really bringing her stuff into something else, man. I'm just saying, though, y'all free to let me know, you know what I'm saying, in the comment section how y'all feel about it, man, because it's looking like it's not going to go Megan's way. They're making Megan look like a big old liar. You know what I'm saying? A big old liar. It says, report the defense mentions Kelsey Nicole's 2020 diss track busting back against Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, man. So if revenge was a person, it would be Kelsey right now. She getting her revenge on Megan by making Megan look like a lie. She's not. She admitted that she lied in the beginning with the statements that she gave the investigators. Kelsey did, and saying that, you know, that Tory never punched her or none of that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put his hands on her. He didn't threaten her or none of that. Also got a report that says that Megan Thee Stallion says that her boyfriend, Partisan Fontaine, is embarrassed by this whole trial. I bet he is. I would be embarrassed too. You know what I'm saying? I would be scared. I would be weary about messing with you, because if you would do it to him, you might just do it to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, man. And then for y'all that don't know, while we still up in here, man, you know what I'm saying? As of yesterday night, they found the dude who shot Snooty Wild, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he has been arrested for the murder of Snooty Wild in Houston, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things are coming forth. Gunna got released. 2 more other people in this case of the YSL case have basically took the plea deal like Gunna did and got out and called YSL a gang. It's not looking real good right now for that boy. For Thugger, man. He might not get out. Another rapper dead. Yup. He had guns. Just man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this is wild, and I know, and it's a lot to take in. But at the same time, man, since we can't be in the courtroom, we got to get it the way that we get it. And right now, we're getting it through Amelia Graham, and she's doing a good job. She just needs to stop cussing so much. And then she'll be doing an excellent job. But she got a notebook. She taking the notes. She telling the story. Hey, man, and from what I'm hearing, man, Meg, it's going to take a miracle. But and we done seen over here covering these trials, you know what I'm saying, and doing this news. We done seen things go way different than we expected before. So it wouldn't be nothing new, you know what I'm saying, if Tory was convicted anyway. Okay, I see right here that it says lawyers keep reminding Kelsey Harris that her immunity does not prevent her from a perjury charge. So she still can be charged with perjury, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For lying. That's crazy, man. Ooh-wee. Man, this is gonna be something. I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, what goes on. Recording details Kelsey Nicole describing Tory Lanez allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion. He was leaning over the front passenger door and was shooting the gun. And they keep on bringing that up like they allowed the audio. So that's what she was reading right there on day, well, not reading, but they were playing it in court on day 5, was the audio of basically her lying to the investigator about what happened. You know what I'm saying? Since she got up there and pled the 5th and didn't want to talk about it no more, they allowed the recording into evidence, as well as the non. Once a person is walking away, they are no longer deemed a threat. I hear you. I don't keep my DNA on my legal guns. I hear you. She gonna get perjury, and that's it. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Ladies say my DNA on all my guns because I walk up on me. I walk up on me in the threat. Oh, if somebody walk up on me in a threatening manner, and I want your family to know what happened. I hear you, man. That's crazy though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be interesting. That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say. Yeah, I know we approaching the 5 o'clock hour. We got 2 hours till 5 Central Texas time. You know what I'm saying? We've been in here since like 1:30, 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is a good stopping point. Man, I hope everybody got them details that they was looking for. I hope I got y'all partially through y'all night, all my night owls, all my Yeah, I can't even say it right now. All my people who be up late night, you know what I'm saying? They can't go to sleep yet. You know what I'm talking about? Well, I ain't gonna keep y'all all night. I got off what I need to get off. We all caught up. We'll be ready to resume on day 6. I guess it will be on Monday. Tory beating this case. I can believe it. It's looking that way because they can't pin him. You know what I'm saying? Like through all of their efforts, they still can't pin Tory to the one doing the actual shooting because nobody actually saw him shoot the gun. You know what I'm saying? Just wondering when exactly did Kylie Jenner put them out. Kelsey said they left Kylie house when Tory Lanez there because Megan Thee Stallion was drunk and her wig was slipping. They supposedly went back to Kylie house because she left her slippers. This is when Megan supposedly got mad seeing Tory and Kylie in the pool flirting. According to Kelsey, Kylie then put Megan out. Allegedly, Tory left with her, but in the old footage from the night of the shooting, Meg and Tory were actually in the pool with Kylie, but where's Kelsey? Just an observation. That's something somebody else put on. Let me see if I can show y'all what they talking about. I might blow it up for y'all so we can see. Hold on real quick what they are saying. Hold up. Let me see where it's at. All right, here you go. Hold up. Let me pull it up for y'all. Rich says, you think if he will sue because he lost out on some serious money? I don't know, man. I think sometimes it's better just to leave well enough alone. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what he gonna do. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like sometimes you gotta leave well enough alone. And they jamming music, so I most definitely won't be playing this audio. But this is that's Megan and Tory and Kylie in the pool that night. You know what I'm saying? Before the shooting happened, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see him. And that's right there in the corner is what I just read to y'all, what they were saying. Everybody looks happy right here. They all engaging in the pool. Tory in the pool, Kylie in the pool, Megan in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody good, smiles and all of that. But at the end of the night, things went left. You know what I'm talking about? And that's basically how we got to where we at right now. Very crazy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope that whoever is involved in this really gets the justice that they deserve, whether it be Tory getting found innocent or Megan, you know what I'm saying, with him getting found guilty if he's the one that did it. But it ain't looking like he did it, man. Being a legal gun owner makes a person more responsible with his or her gun. Throwaway, we can be careless with. I hear you, man. It's crazy. My boy say for real. But hey, man, through my observations from day 1 to day 5, I still ain't heard nothing really damaging, like damn it, to Tory Lanez, man. So it's looking like Tory might walk. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, you know what I'm saying? Never count your eggs before they hatch, because in this world, man, anything liable to happen. Money talk and BS walk, as we all know, man, and it just be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. Megan was hella messed. Hold on. Megan was hella mace over Kylie fine. I hear you. Yeah, Kylie got a fan in the comment section. My boy 5280 say she fine. I'm just saying though. But yeah, man. It's 5:02. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down, let y'all move around and go, you know what I'm saying, get y'all a little fix of, you know what I'm saying, what the rest of these YouTube streets has to offer. I carried y'all all the way from from middle night to in the morning, you know what I'm saying. I got y'all through, you know what I'm saying, with some good content, I feel. And if y'all feel the same way, man, make sure y'all done stepped on that like button and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm talking about? Because we most definitely will be live at some point tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? But I done got tired. I know some of y'all probably tired too, been listening. You know what I'm saying? It's time to relax your brain. You know what I'm saying? Relax your brain. The young says other defendants are getting offered sweet deals to snitch on your thug. Y'all think it's all right? Let's check this out real quick. Actually, got some footage of young Thugger. you know what I'm saying, lawyer speaking outside the courtroom. Y'all might find it interesting. Let's see what's going on before we get up out of here. Let's see what he got to say.
Say, well, tell us about Mr. Williams. Is he involved in this? What do you know about him? That's the problem with this case. It's coming from the word of people who are getting deals to say, yeah, he was there, or I saw him around, or he gave the order, or I heard from someone else he gave the order. That's what this case is about. You're not going to hear any confession of Jeffrey Williams.
So every time there is a potential link to anything, his name comes up.
When you target a human being who's so well known, you make it so easy for the other person to say, oh, you mean I could be released from this location that I don't want to be? All I have to say is, I know something about Jeffrey Williams. That's pretty scary. So if somebody gets arrested and gets in trouble and they want a deal, law enforcement officers are all too eager to say,
y'all are all right, so you know what I'm saying? Basically, that was just a little something from Thugger Lawyer. That's something I'm gonna be posting later on because I already know where to go find it. Shout out to your boy. So y'all be looking close to my uploads. And remember, I told y'all, man, when y'all view those videos that I upload, make sure you step on that like button and leave me a comment, man. You know what I'm saying? Check out my short clips. Oh yeah, man, if I get up out of here, let me show y'all this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was pretty funny to me. How many of y'all have been seeing the little thing, it's like I don't know, it's showing like your favorite rappers as kids. Have y'all seen that yet? You know what I'm saying? On your Instagram or Facebooks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been seeing a lot of that. And not only do they got the baby pictures now, y'all, they actually got them where they're talking. I actually posted it to my short. Some of y'all may not have knew what it was and didn't know what to expect. You know what I'm talking about? But let me show y'all this before I get up out of here. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because to the one that I got that I'm finna show y'all right now, I actually got the part 2 to it. You know what I'm saying? And it is just too funny, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get right here. This is actually Dr. Is it pausing? All right, this is actually Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, I think 50 Cent, and Eminem, you know what I'm saying, as kids. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to they like all of they little things that they did throughout their music or the way 50 talk, they actually been parodying, you know what I'm saying, they voices, and they made a little comedy skit out of these baby pictures. The one on the screen right now, that's Dr. Dre. You know what I'm talking about? And I posted this to my short, and I got part 2 of this, you know what I'm saying, which actually got Lil Wayne appears in it too. You know what I'm saying? But it's hella funny, you know what I'm saying, and very interesting to look at. Check this out real quick. This is part 1, you know what I'm saying, of your favorite rappers as babies. Who can count? Can your favorite rappers as babies count past 1? Check this out.
I'm gonna be for Rizzo with you, Dre.
What up, dog?
Hold up, it ain't. It's froze. Hold up.
Hey, yo.
See, like it's actually talk, so I don't know why it's doing what it's doing right now. Let me restart it. Let me refresh this real quick. Hold up, y'all. It may be because my what's the name be tripping. Hold up. Let me refresh it. It won't let me. Hold up. Do it from over here.
Hey, yo.
Here we go.
Oh, what up, Dre?
Hey, I don't think you're counting right.
It did it again.
Rizzo with you, Dre.
What up, dog?
I don't know how to count past 1.
You ain't been watching Sesame Street?
When I watched it, they only got to the number 1. So I was gonna chill to the next episode.
It's all good. I'm a baby. Hey, what's up, Biggie?
Biggie Small.
Oh, bro, one time I was counting and reading the magazine. For real? And then I woke up and realized it was all a dream.
Man. Wish snaps upon me. Tears in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. Oh, what up, nephew?
What up, gangsta?
I know you know how to count past 1, cuz. Your name a number.
Nah, I don't know how to count. I can say my ABC.
Oh, for real? I gotta see that, cuz.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Hey, yo, Snoop. Oh, what up, Dre?
So basically, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's pretty funny. Make sure y'all check it out on the shorts. Y'all may be able to view it better, man. I uploaded it to my shorts, but I actually got part 2. And the next one, this one right here had 50 Cent. It had 50 Cent. What? Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Biggie Smalls, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? That was on the first one. The next one is 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Lil Wayne, man. Y'all make sure y'all don't miss that. If you ain't seen the first one, besides right here, man, make sure you go check that out and give it a like, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's really crazy, man. And it's crazy how the artist was able to really make it look like them as kids, you know what I'm saying, and make it talk, man. I just thought that was interesting, you know what I'm saying? So I uploaded it on the channel. Make sure y'all check that out, man. I'm getting sleepy over here. It's time to go, you know what I'm saying? So until next time, later on tomorrow sometime, y'all know my hair just now finna go to sleep. So y'all won't see me till 1 or 2 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow. But I most definitely, if anything breaks or if anything interesting just happens or if I just definitely go live. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me through the night. You know what I'm saying? I done brought y'all into the early morning. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. So like I always say around this time, when you hear somebody talking about grinding and they mention my name in the same sentence with their name, remember to let them know they may grind, but they don't really grind like I do. It's Scale Gang, and I'm at this.
50s and these hundreds, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling. 50s and these hundreds, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling. If it don't make dollars, it don't make. If it don't make dollars, it don't make. If it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since I'm hustling, trying to get it, cause I'm trying to get rich. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on your money. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on your money. Now while you watching everyday pass, I'm chasing everyday pass. Forget the middleweight, cause I stay in the heavyweight class. The click, we never sat down. We grinded so we ate fast. It's time to celebrate. I set 'em straight, forget your fake. Hey. My G's ballin', from Texas to New Orleans. Plenty callin', 24 crawlers. We all in, and it's gon' be like this until the death of me. You boy run the game, I got more stripes than the referee. They say I'm too stunned, they call me Mr. New Money. I make stacks and I break tracks, yeah, I'm the truth, honey. They say that cash rule, but you ain't touching cash food. And I'm a bad dude, I move away like it's fast food. I'm never in a trap, but I'm always where the trap be. Good hustler, you can ask the whole hood about me. I stay street, down to the core, I'm hard to deal with. On some real shit, I am legend like Will Smith. It don't make dollars, it don't make. Since if it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since if it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since I'm hustling, trying to get it, cause I'm trying to get rich. 50s and these hundreds, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling. 50s and these hundreds, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling. It's money all around me. I'm grinding, trying to get some. Keeping those stacked up. Slackers don't get none. High roller, so flashy. Yeah, I get cash when I blow past. Nothing slow on, got real fast. Oh, I know what I'm repping to the income. Hustling in the streets, that's my only source of income. My homies locked up, felonies, no misdemeanors. Facing fed time, it's been a minute since we seen them. But I keep pushing on, Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong. Lot of clientele, I'm trying to get my money long. I keep my mind on it, all dollars, no cents. So if it don't pay rent, it don't make sense. So get your shine on, they hate I'm on. Been ripping for the hood, been making platinum songs. I keep them in the flow, plus pockets full of dough. Here we go, and you already know. If it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since if it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since if it don't make dollars, it don't make. Since I'm hustling, trying to get it. bricks. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on your money. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on your money. Keep that these honest, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling. 50s and these honest, man. We're about this money, man. So we keep it coming in. So much is doubling.